Hold it.
Holy fuck.
That's all right. See if I can throw it. Oops.
Alright.
There we go.
Let's see what we got.
Kind of get it in there.
You good?
Feels terrible. Just okay.
Yeah, no doubt.
Just move it down a little bit. There we go.
Okay, muffin.
Oh, muffin. Oh, you gonna be that guy? You gonna be that fucking guy?
Yeah, you ready? Ready?
Yep.
Did you ever tell Uncle John that I was mad at him?
No, I didn't get a chance to talk to him anymore. Yeah. No, I ended up leaving shortly after that. I had to ice my hand.
What happened?
It just hurt my left really bad. I think it was my second match left. My left wrist is fucked to begin with, but the guy like really cranked on it in like a weird way, and it kind of like popped a little bit, and then it was pretty much fucked after that. Evan, like even my third match in, Evan's like, "Why are you still arm wrestling? Like, what are you doing?"
You did good. You had what, 3 wins, 4 wins?
3 wins left.
Yep.
And then 2 wins right.
Yep.
Yeah. At 210.
Well, at least you didn't go 2-0.
Yeah. That's what I was expecting. I didn't expect to beat anybody at 210.
No,
not at all. But it was fun. It was
give
good.
Give yourself more credit.
Yeah. Well, I like to be in 165 division though.
I don't know if you would do better in that or worse.
I think I'd do better at 165.
I don't.
I'm way underpowered at 210. And unless I put on like a decent amount of weight, yeah, I don't think. I think I could do okay at 210. I don't think I could win 210.
No, you wouldn't win at 210.
No.
You'd have a better chance, maybe. I don't know, man. 165, that's a tough class.
Yeah.
They're both tough classes.
Yeah. And
but had you gone to pro, it was 165, 185.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, open, I would have been the 185.
Yeah.
But that's like, those guys would murder me.
Well, that would have been my class.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was on the fence waiting in, but I wasn't pulling.
Yeah. Yeah, you should have.
No, my hand hurt from this 1,800 pictures I took yesterday.
Well, yeah. So you take pictures of the open too?
Everything.
Yeah.
The whole,
you don't have to,
everything. Pictures of everything for the whole day. Everything.
Awesome, man. Let me give you an intro, right?
Are we even recording?
Yeah, it's recording now. Is it recording? Yeah, it's recording. So but we'll cut out whatever, right?
Oh, okay. Well, don't get that intro in what I said about Uncle John. No.
Yeah. No, he's coming out to practice tomorrow.
Yeah, he's in town until Tuesday. He said.
Yeah. So how to introduce you, man? You're a photographer. You're an announcer, commentator. Event organizer.
Yep.
Yeah. Jake, the BeefCake. Yeah.
Yep. That's
on
me.
Instagram and on Facebook and everything.
Trying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't want anybody to know your real name, eh? You're keeping it
in low key.
Low key.
You gotta. You gotta go with way too high for this, man. You gotta keep it mysterious, right?
Yeah. But I don't know, you've been arm wrestling for a while, and you're kind of in the community, and you're essentially the voice of We the North now, right?
Wow, that's Magda's event. That was a great event.
Yeah.
It was a fun event for sure. No, I was just the intro guy, but yeah, something different.
Yeah. You did more than that. You were doing color commentary and
we started to after a while there. We got but anyway, yeah. That was a good event. Yeah. No, that was some good names. That was a nice venue.
That's how we met, actually. Was that the We the North event?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's where we crossed paths there because I decided to help you set up because you looked like you were struggling.
Yeah. No, I was doing the one-man show thing, had my daughter playing Nintendo beside me. And
it worked, though.
Good. Yeah, it worked. I think it worked out great.
Good.
Sure.
And for that event, change a few things next time.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. You know what? The static cameras, I think, are okay. But I think for an event of that scale, it's nice to have somebody moving in and getting dynamic shots.
You need at least one mobile.
Yeah.
One mobile camera for sure.
Yeah, I think
somebody to go back and forth and around. And yeah, absolutely. And one microphone.
Yeah, one microphone. Yeah. For anyone who hasn't seen it, Jake's running around with 2 mics because I had some issues getting the mic to connect to the main speaker as well as the computer. So yeah, he was running out 2 mics
Yeah,
for
and
most of the time.
anybody who did, and you hear a lot of clinking, I apologize.
Yeah. No, it's okay. I think I was able to turn your mic off sometimes, and I was trying to like turn on and off different mics depending on
Okay, yeah.
what was happening.
Yep.
But yeah, I think overall it turned out pretty
And I
decent.
think most of the videos anyway, people have already dubbed over with other music.
Yeah, probably,
and
right?
effects.
Probably,
So,
yeah.
I think I don't know, the Matt Mask one's probably the best, where he jumps up and down 70 times at the table.
Yeah,
You've seen
he's
that
wild,
one?
man. He's wild.
Oh, great
Yeah.
guy too, but crazy on the table for sure.
He is one of the funnest guys to watch. I think he's up there. He's up there.
Verbally and physically, he's entertaining to watch. Yeah,
because he really gets in it. Like he's got that like I don't know what you want to call it, like tall guy energy or something. I don't know.
Tall guy. He's getting his power from the heavens above.
Yeah.
Close. Yeah.
I don't know. He's like amped up, man. He's like, I don't know. You imagine he drinks like 20 Red Bulls right before getting up there.
You'd think so, right? But it's all natural.
Yeah.
Natural energy.
Yeah, he's just a high energy guy.
Absolutely.
But yeah, but that event, it was big names there, right? Like there was Hutchings,
Yep.
Mask was there. Who else? I'm not.
Kudecha.
Yeah, that's right. Kudecha was there against Heidelberg. Yeah, so that was I think a very big event for the venue and the size of it. Like it was
For sure. And then the pro class after.
Right.
And not to mention the people they were watching. Crazy George was there.
That's right. Yeah.
Mike Gould was there.
Yeah.
Gary.
That's right. Yeah, Gary Goodrich is in the crowd. Yeah.
All these guys in the crowd. Even more. There were more people than that. Rick Barbet.
Yeah, and Devin was there obviously too,
Devin was
right?
there,
Yeah, I think he Instagrammed like half the thing, and
he did. Yeah. Just not the matches.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, yeah. I think people were actually pretty good. I don't think I've seen any footage of that event with phones. Yeah,
no, there wasn't. No, it was good. People were good.
Yeah, which is tough. That's a tough thing to control, I think.
Yeah, but it was a good crowd. They're Canadians. What do you want?
Yeah,
for the most part.
Yeah, but I think in general, right? Like if you have an event like that and you do have people with phones, like you got to be on it and try to kick people out. And
now
it's tough to be that guy, right?
And that's the other problem with have an event like that too. And Eric's event yesterday, which we'll talk about that too. It's hard to have music playing in the background, especially when people want to put the videos online, because then all of a sudden it gets removed because of copyright.
Yeah.
Right. So it's super hard to have. That's why it's so much easier for people after to take the videos they want and just put their own music in. So
yeah. Actually, speaking of that, so I seen a really interesting thing. This is about a couple of years ago. There were some like protesters at some event that they didn't want to get filmed. So they were blasting Taylor Swift music. Oh, nice. Yeah. It's because I guess Taylor Swift, I think at the time they were taking the videos down, right? And copyright striking them like instantly. So they had like giant speakers and they were blasting Taylor Swift. I'm like, oh, it's smart. So smart. But yeah, that's kind of the annoying thing about YouTube in general, because I've definitely had videos striked for music that wasn't even playing. Like there was just some music, like something in the background, or maybe like a car drives by playing music. Like, oh, really? Something you don't even really hear it. Yeah. And then I've had strikes on like certain songs. I'm like, that definitely wasn't playing.
I had a reel removed with a song that was in the program, like that you could pick, like add a song through.
Oh, through YouTube or whatever?
Through Instagram or whatever. It's like add this song, and then it was removed for using that song. So I don't know. Yeah. I know there's enough sites out there that if you're gonna do your own editing, there's enough free songs out there that you can just put on.
Yeah, so you got to be careful with those too, though, because I've definitely, there's a few sites that like they advertise that they don't copyright strike you, and I've used those for all my videos. And I think there's older videos that are like a year too old that used songs from those websites that all of a sudden, like 2 years later, got struck with something.
Yeah. Maybe they got famous, wanted some money.
You know what? It could be whoever gave that website the rights to use the song or something. Maybe the time lapse or whatever. But so it's tough, man. Like I guess there are some websites that are like very good for music that you have to pay for. I guess maybe it's safer bet to use those instead of the free ones. But
what do you do?
Yeah, I'm an amateur. I don't know what I'm doing.
Me either.
But how did you, We the North event, like how did you get involved in that? to begin with?
So yeah, Magda messaged me, and I had been low key pretty much through COVID.
Yeah.
With arm wrestling, just my last tournament, 2 days after, got a serious shoulder injury, and that was about 3 months before COVID hit. And
Yeah.
then had another shoulder injury in the other arm, so just kind of took it easy. But
You have to get surgery?
supposed to, but
Yeah.
because both shoulders are messed up, can't really have a surgery. And
Well, so you're evened out, right?
even though now,
Yeah.
well, no, yeah, you'd think so, wouldn't you? No, but they've been okay for training the last couple of months. But yeah, and just to get back in general. So she messaged me and said, "Hey, do you want to announce this event for me? Do some intros. I know you've done stuff like that." So came out and did that, and did another tournament up at Wasaga Beach. The scorekeeping and emceeing up there.
Oh, right on.
And,
Mantis event?
yeah, Club Mantis.
Oh, right on.
Crazy ass outdoor pool party event, live bands, and oh yeah, that was a good time for sure.
It's all. I went to one last year. It was so much fun.
Oh yeah. The one last year was in his backyard. That was wild.
Were you there for that?
Oh yeah,
Oh, okay, I
I did
didn't.
the photography.
Oh, I don't think I saw you. Yeah.
That's how good I am.
Yeah.
Sneaky.
Just blend into the background. Yeah, my big takeaway from that event was seeing Evan at like 8:30 in the morning drinking vodka for breakfast.
8:30. That's a late start for him.
Yeah. Well, that's when I woke up, right? So as soon as I woke up, one of the first people I saw when I kind of walked by there was Evan.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there just drinking vodka. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you have to arm wrestle later. He's like, yeah, it's like I'm fueling up. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, you got to get going, man. You got to amp yourself up for certain events in different ways. Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
He's a different animal. I can't drink before doing anything like that.
No.
No.
Yeah, I've done, I think, maybe one or two tournaments where I drank, and it's not my thing, not my outcome. No. I'd rather just have some water throughout the day.
Yeah, everybody's different, right?
Yeah.
Like I can't smoke weed or do anything like that and do anything physical if anything with any kind of physicality.
You don't smoke weed and you arm wrestle?
Not really, no.
Training, wrong.
Yeah, no. Training is a different story. Training's a different story.
Right.
Like training, everybody's always smoking weed, right? So whether you want it or not, you're gonna get it, sort of deal. But I find, I'm just zoned out.
Yeah.
So like I can't focus. Like,
I guess it depends how much you smoke.
yeah,
Because there's, if you have one or two puffs, it's gonna treat you a little different than if you sit there and smoke a whole joint.
yeah. True
Right.
enough.
But I guess it depends who you are as well.
Yeah, no, I'm a baby when it comes to narcotics and all that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I used to smoke a lot when I was really young.
Yep.
But then I kind of stopped. Now, like every once in a while, but nothing crazy. But yeah, I just find I'm not in it. Like, I feel like if I were to go to a tournament high, I would just be smiling. Guys would pin me. I'd be like, "Oh, thanks, man."
Yeah, exactly. Hey, it's the most fun you'll ever have losing.
Yeah, there you go. But I hate losing. I'll think about it afterwards, and I'm like, I'll get all pissed off. But yeah,
and then forget about it 10 minutes later.
Yeah, true enough. True enough.
Then you lose again.
Yeah. But I think training's different, right? Because nobody's there to really hurt you, and you're there to more concentrate and work on things. So I feel like there would be okay. But
Tournament wise, it doesn't help you focus.
No.
But it's tough because, man, tournaments are long. It's a long day if you're there for the long haul.
Yeah.
Right.
See, I find you got a lot of experience. Maybe you can help me with this.
Sure.
I find I can't get amped up.
What do you mean you can't get amped up?
For tournaments? I'm always like, I can't get nerves. I can't like get myself really
You looked
going.
pretty focused yesterday.
I was trying really hard, but I'm too relaxed. I'm way too relaxed.
Why?
No idea.
Get out, step outside your box, jump around.
Yeah.
Maybe you do need a quick shot. Maybe you do need a shot to unwind.
Maybe.
Not even get drunk, just a shot.
Maybe somebody needs to slap me really hard or something just to wake up.
How you feeling right now?
Yeah. No, but I find that's my biggest problem because when I was fighting, it's good to be relaxed and calm.
Okay.
But I've never had nerves before, like anything.
Excuse me. It's good to be relaxed and calm as well, especially if you're gonna get stuck in a match that lasts more than a third of a second.
Yeah.
Right? If you're in something for more than 5 seconds, you want to be able to control your breathing and know what you're doing. So in that aspect, you want to be calm. But I get what you're saying is you want to be amped up and jacked and ready to go.
Yeah.
So when the ref calls that fucking ready go, you are fucking boom and gone. And you know, that's some.
I want some of that Matt Mask energy, you know,
Yeah.
like I can't get it. I can't get it.
You should have picked up one of his towels he threw on the floor or something to wipe the sweat or
Yeah,
something.
there you go.
All right,
Yeah.
here we go. Chug a couple Red Bulls and vodka.
Yeah.
And see, Evan was right. 8:30 in the morning.
Yeah,
you got to get ready.
He's got it.
Tell you, the next tournament, fucking do a shot.
Yeah, maybe.
Whatever, tequila, vodka, whiskey.
Maybe
whatever.
whiskey, hey?
Yeah.
Get nice and angry.
Yeah, some Jameson.
Yeah, you know
That'll
what?
put some hair on your chest too.
Maybe that's a good idea, actually. Maybe that's what I do. Maybe you get like a shot of whiskey and some Red Bull and just
What's your weight class?
should be 165. That's where I'm aiming. Yeah, that's where I need to be. That's where I need to be. But I didn't.
What did you weigh yesterday?
Not 165. Yeah.
So you'd be in my class.
Yeah. No, it was a bad. So I used to fight at 165.
Okay.
So at the beginning, about 4 weeks ago, I was 197, and I thought in my head, I'm like, you know what? This is what I'm going to do for my diet
Sorry,
down.
did you say
Make it-
197?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It sounds dumb when I say it, right?
It
Like,
did,
it does.
okay, I just wanted to make sure. Yeah.
Wait.
My ears are still working.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I used to be able to get my weight down like that. And then I got to about 185 and I got a cold. So then it kind of screwed me up. So my goal was 2 weeks out to be 180.
You got a cold.
Yeah. Yeah. When you're trying to cut weight that aggressively and then your diet and your fluid
Oh,
intake
no,
change,
for sure. Your immune system just gone.
it screws you up.
For sure.
So essentially the 3 days before weigh-ins, I was supposed to be 178-ish, right?
Yep.
Instead, I was like 185. So I was about 20 pounds off. Took the last 5 off 2 days, that day, I took the last kind of 5 off, got down to 180. And then the morning of the weigh-ins, I was able to get to 177. Went and hit the sun. I was pretty dry by then already. And then morning of the weigh-ins, I was able to get down to 173 and everything just shut down.
Yeah.
And I'm leaving out some of the details,
No,
but like
that's fine.
I probably could have cut another 4 or 5, but I wouldn't have made 165.
No.
There's no way. Yeah.
And if you had, you wouldn't have got up the next morning.
If somebody was to pay me $1 million, I could have made 110 pounds, but like,
Wow.
No, not so.
Oh, Jesus.
No, if there was a really big financial incentive, I could have made it, but it would have killed me, right?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. It sounds like it almost did.
Yeah, no. It was I stopped before it got too bad, but I felt that feeling before in the past. But usually it happens at like the end of the weight cut, where it's like the insides start to hurt and you start to get dizzy and your vision gets blurry. But I started to get it like 8 pounds out. I'm like, I can't. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was 210 division.
Yep.
But then as soon as I hydrated, so I was 173 when the weight cut stopped. I literally had like 1 or 2 drinks and like a bit of a meal, and I was already back to 182, 183.
Okay.
So come when it was time to compete, I was probably 185, 186.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how'd you feel?
Not good. At the beginning was once I got moving, it was fine.
Yeah.
But I would say that morning, I didn't feel good.
You go back to saying you don't get amped up. You had a lot of support from your team behind you, cheering you on.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah,
You got to let that help as well, right? But I get if you can block that out. Some people block all that out.
Yeah.
They don't want to hear any of that background noise.
yeah. No,
Some people, it helps them.
yeah.
And also because a lot of people show up, especially in the novice class. Actually, yesterday's novice class was enormous, and there was a lot of like teams were showing up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But for someone who's new and is not with a club, and maybe they're there by themselves, that's hard. That's tough, especially such a big tournament, right? So
Yeah, I think there's some advantages to that, right? Because you don't there's no weight on your shoulder, right? You're not trying to impress anybody when you're by yourself.
yeah, true enough. Yeah.
So, because I've done that before. Where I've gone to like jiu-jitsu tournaments and stuff, and I was like the only guy there. And sometimes I feel like it was good. It sucks you don't have anybody coaching you.
Yeah.
Like that sucks.
Yep.
But the Ottawa High Hooker guys, like those guys, it's a great team. They're a great team. Yeah. Like everybody's supporting each other. Everybody's yelling and screaming at everybody's matches, and everybody's hoping that they win, right? So it's those guys are all amazing. I'm gonna actually have more of those guys on the podcast here, and we'll do some. We were actually planning on doing a team podcast where I'll bring all my equipment to the club.
Do a live practice broadcast. There you go, for sure.
Yeah, and we're thinking of doing it live because I have a laptop now and I've got all the connectors and stuff, so I can take it to go.
Congratulations. Yeah,
well,
good.
Well, the laptop that I was using at the We the North event, I literally bought that specifically for that event.
Yeah, you did that with a laptop. That's funny.
Yeah. Well, it's a good laptop. Yeah,
mine is like mine's not 5 years old, and I'm on like the sixth external hard drive memory for just that thing is loaded with pictures from so many events.
Well, yeah, you'd have to do.
And I'm trying to edit, right? So I need to build a fucking computer is what I need to do.
You know what? I'll show you what I have set up in my closet thereafter.
Oh no!
I have a.
I'll pass. Is it time to go? All
right, is it time? Yeah. DJ, nice to see you, buddy. No, I have a file storage server. So essentially, it's just it's a server and just has like a ton of hard drives shoved into it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
But the
well, no, I need to build a computer in general anyway, just for the film and video editing.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. Because I'm just sick of staring at a little fucking. I mean, the laptop's handy for traveling. You got to edit on the go.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But like I said, 1,800 pictures yesterday.
Well, yeah. So how big is that file size?
I don't know. It's a big card in there.
Yeah, like 2 gigs maybe or something.
Oh shit, more than that. I don't know.
Yeah,
I didn't look at the final. We'll see.
Well, if you want help putting a computer together, man, I can hook you up.
Or at least send me what I need to do a nice fucking a nice video, like like Eric had a nice curved screen yesterday. You can buy pretty much any computer or TV now at Walmart, and it's a computer screen now.
Yeah,
so
you want to have something with a high refresh rate. That's kind of the key thing. But the in my opinion, getting something like what I have over there, I think that's like a 43-inch.
You know 4K. That's upside down, right?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's upside down because that way I can bring it closer to the table. Because there's more. The actual stand that comes with it.
Yeah.
It's a lot bigger, and there's a big space on top.
Gotcha. Yep.
And also, it's a BGR panel.
Yep.
So if you flip it upside down, it turns into an RGB panel.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, it just makes the fonts look better.
Okay.
If you flip that one.
Sweet.
But
take your word for it. Why do I have the you need to change the background here?
Oh, why is that? You don't like the foam?
Well, I like your background. It's really nice. Nice wall background you have.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
No, I thought this was actually nice. I was actually thinking originally have both backgrounds be this. But I thought for the guests, it looked nicer to have like a.
Okay, you make it look like we're stuck in your closet where you guys take me after.
Yeah.
Well, it's good. It's nice. I like purple and black. Yeah.
See, my thinking was like when the camera's on you, the focus is on you. Whereas like the camera's on me, hopefully people don't look at me, right? They look at the stuff in the background, you know?
You blend in pretty nice.
Yeah, there you go. Camouflage.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah.
But you have all these extra parts. I could build a computer right now. Jeez.
No, this is old. This is old stuff. You won't be doing anything like that. Actually, I don't know. This is the coin that they were handing out yesterday at the weigh-ins. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh, the one
they're saying at the WAF coins.
51st people who register.
Yeah. It's a nice little coin. Is that actually silver? I don't know.
That was chocolate.
If it is, that'd be good.
No, those are sweet. They're very nice.
That might not last.
Collectible. They come with a stand, the collective case. They're very
Yeah, no, it looks great. So I'll keep it up here.
For sure.
Yeah.
All of his awards are great.
Yeah, man.
We'll talk about his event soon.
Yeah. What do you want to talk about that now?
We can. We're skipping. Well, did you want to finish talking about the Mantis event? We were not.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
That, weren't we?
What's that?
It was just a good event. I know he's having another one next year. He's trying to have it. I'm not going to say. No, I don't. I think it was under wraps. I better not say anything.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. He said they had big plans for next year, so I'm not going to say anything.
Next year's a lot of big events coming up.
I got big plans for mine too.
Yeah.
So I may even have another one. I shouldn't say anything. Well, I may have one in the spring. Another one in Kitchener-Waterloo.
Yeah.
I just had one there in October. Armtoberfest.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy.
Did you know Kitchener-Waterloo has the second largest Oktoberfest party in like next to Germany.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's huge. It's a huge 10-day festival in Kitchener. You wanted to, yeah.
Bigger than anywhere in Europe other than Germany.
Other than yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah. They like well, I can't say every hockey rink. We have a lot of hockey rinks, but a lot of fest halls go up, and it's just 10 days of partying, or sorry, beer testing, beer tasting, right? And festivities, and it's huge. It's huge for sure.
So I was planning on going there, but my daughter ended up having her year-end horse show stuff on the same weekend.
Oh, my tournament. Yeah, you were gonna come video.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah,
I apologize.
Same old story, right?
Yeah. Well, essentially, what happened with her is her stuff was supposed to be either the week or 2 weeks before, but then something happened and then they pushed it.
Yeah,
and then they had it, and I already promised her
that's
I would
okay.
go.
Not a big deal.
Yeah,
that's all right. It was a good event.
I wanted to go.
It was a good event. Yeah,
what was the turnout like?
Not as good as I've had in the past, but it was still we had a very good novice showing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there were some firsts.
Yeah. Oh, you had a break.
Fucking break. We had a fucking break.
Was it bad?
It was bad.
Yeah.
Even what makes it worse is I have it on video.
Have you put it up?
I haven't.
No.
I haven't watched it. I stopped editing because of other shit that's happened. We don't want to talk about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, definitely had a break, and he's doing well. He's doing good. He's a good sport about it. Talk to him. Yeah. So
how was it? Was he in bad position?
They were both in position. Nobody was in arm break. Nobody was looking away. It was just one guy was a little bit more powerful than the other guy, who's obviously not drinking milk. Or no. I thought maybe he had a previous break there, and he said no, he'd never had a break. So, but he said he's going to keep arm wrestling once he's better. I think he's been out to practice with the left, but he's right above the elbow.
That's usually where it is, eh?
Yeah,
right about there. Yeah,
the humerus. No, that's not humerus.
No, it's the brachialis. Is it? I think. Maybe.
Humerus is the leg.
I don't know. I'm not a doctor. Humerus. If they broke your leg arm wrestling, well, maybe it could happen, right?
It could.
Yeah.
It is a full body sport. People don't realize how much it is a full body sport. Man, I'm telling you, it's a full body sport.
Yeah.
If you've never arm wrestled and you think it's just your arms, it's a fucking full body sport. I'm telling you. You watch people do. I'm looking right. I'm flashing the fucking camera. I'm buzzing the lens. I just picked that up on this. Can I talk about another podcast?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard the Smartless podcast?
No, what's that?
Dude, Jason Bateman, Sean Hayes, and who's that fucking Canadian dick? No, just kidding. With Will Arnett. Dude, they have a crazy fucking podcast.
What's it called?
Smartless.
Smartless.
Yo, check it out. It was fucking hilarious.
Check that out.
Dude,
Yeah,
it's so fucking funny, man. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Bless you. But anyway, I lost my train of thought. Shit.
Just pump another podcast. Yeah, it's all good.
No, it's all good. PowerStart podcast.
Yeah, I need to change my intro a little bit. So
yeah. We should do a commercial. What do you want to change it to?
Just change the music a little bit and change the format a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll show you. Yours will probably be the first one that'll be a little different from the last.
Okay.
Yeah.
It'll just be just start the show. No intro needed.
No, there'll be a little bit of intro. Like the last one I did, essentially what I'll do is I'll take a clip of something interesting from the podcast and I'll have that be like the first 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And then go into it.
When I was doing videos, and check out the, if you ever go back and see, the first Sudbury one I did like years ago, was that like the footage of like driving there or whatever, but then took like a voice clip from something else in the tournament. And just use the voiceover as your fucking intro, which is kind of what you're doing, right?
Oh, yeah, you could do something like that. Yeah.
Pretty easy shit, but it's just, and then you hear it later on in the fucking video, and you're like, oh, okay, now that makes sense. Right? Yeah. That was a long video because I showed every fucking match. I was like in a 17-minute video.
17 minutes? Oh, that's not that bad.
Yeah, but I edit it different. I would edit it different now for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I do edit them different now. I try to get them down to like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, depends on how large the tournament it is, right? So, I mean.
Well, like last night, like if you were to put that all in one video, you're talking.
And Scott's going to have his hands full.
Yeah, because he had 3 cameras there, right?
3 tables.
3
Yeah,
cameras.
we're still talking about my event.
Yeah, sorry.
Shit, man.
Yeah.
Shit.
I'm getting derailed here.
Yeah, that's all. No, it was all good. Yeah, I mean, not as big as Eric's tournament by any means, but Armtoberfest, that was our 8th one. We lost 2 years because of
COVID. Yeah,
COVID
it
shit,
was very
right?
dry. Yeah.
So I mean, he said that, and then got me back into it again. So yeah, bigger, better things next year. Got a couple things planned. I got a couple new sponsors.
Yeah.
I've been lucky. I've always been able to find sponsors for my event. So
how do you go about doing that? Because that's an interesting topic for people who want to run events, right? Because it's pretty hard for most people.
I guess and that's something you wanted to ask me, because that's what I did when I got into arm wrestling. And there was no club, or there was nothing around where I was in Kitchener-Waterloo. There was a few random guys that arm wrestled, and I was able to get a name of somebody I actually knew, Tom Balf, Belf. He was actually a friend of a guy I had played rugby with. I played rugby growing up, and he's a grip strength guy, Rob McMurn.
Okay.
Right. So they were buddies, and Tom would always come out to rugby stuff. So that's how I knew that name. And then I got a hold of him, and shit, he had a table in his garage, and went over one night, and there was a couple of guys, and we started arm wrestling. And I'm thinking in my head, like, fuck, I'm going to go and I'm just going to crush all these guys. And I'm fucking younger, and
this
I'm
is
good.
before you started training?
Oh yeah, this was like 8 years ago, right? I'm like, fuck it, you're watching it on TV. What is it, Game of Arms, right? And you're like, fuck, I could do that. And you fucking, and it's just like, whoa, I'd better go home with my fucking dick between my legs and shit, man.
It's interesting, right? When you actually, like, when you're untrained and you're moving with somebody that's trained.
Take that last comment. I meant to say tail between my legs.
Whatever. We'll keep it in.
See, tail between my legs, and take home and fucking pride home. Like, holy shit. But yeah. So yeah, I mean, then got more people out and brought, and then next thing you know, I went to my first tournament was in Wasaga Beach, and that was years ago. And then you got more guys out, and then we got some shirts made, and then my first away tournament was like a weekend away. It was like in Montreal.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, the Meta Hook. That was pretty wild tournament too.
And this is how long ago?
Oh shit, 7 years ago, 8 years ago. Yeah, 8 years ago.
And how big was the scene back then compared to now, you think?
Not as big, but it's weird. Like, the scene goes in waves, man. Like, you'll see a lot of people for like 2-3 years, and they disappear, and a new crowd comes in, and then they disappear, and the older people come back, and it's like, oh, now you're married with kids. Okay, well, that's why you were gone. That's usually the biggest one, right? But it's like riding a bike, though. Once you learn how to arm wrestle, it doesn't take, and you don't forget.
Yeah.
It might take a practice or two to get your strength back up to.
Well, I think sometimes just having time off is good for you too, right?
Time off is good. Nurses your injuries.
Yeah. That's one of the things that I've noticed is, like, when you're training pretty hard for, like, 3, 4, 5 months, and then you have like a month off, it's like your arm's like, oh, thanks. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, a lot of time off. I mean, your biggest thing you're going to lose is your muscle mass, if that's what you're worried about. But that tendon, memory and strength stays, right? So
yeah,
for the most part, I mean, I guess it depends who you are.
Yeah.
Right. But I mean, if you're just some guy who comes and practices, for a month, and then doesn't come in for 6 months, and then practices, 3 times in a month, and doesn't show up again for 6 months, I mean, you're only going to be as good as you are.
Yeah. And
then stay that good. I mean, unless you're doing something on your own. But there's a lot to be said about, showing up to practice 3 times a week, 4 times a week.
3 or 4, that's too much for me, I think.
Or being Evan Burgoyne, I mean, you pull every day. So.
Yeah, or Devin too. Devin's always pulling.
Yeah, I mean, that's how some guys train. I mean, it would be nice to have that capability to be able to practice people every day if you wanted, even if it's for half an hour. I mean, you do need your rest day here and there, but you're only going to get better at arm wrestling by arm wrestling. Like, the gym can only do so much, and weight training can do so much.
Yeah.
All your technique training can only do so much, but.
Yeah. Well, when I first started, I wanted to arm wrestle like as much as I could all the time. And Like there's been a couple weeks where I went like 4 or 5 days in a row.
Yep.
And that was bad though. I feel like that kind of like it hurt. It was pretty painful. That was like 6 months in. There was a while I was driving back and forth between like Pembroke and stuff. And training with those guys, and it was fun
for sure.
And I think it made me better. But yeah, definitely need some recovery time. Yeah. After that, yeah.
Yeah, it's the more you can train, the better for sure. It's hard to find time now for some now I sound like an old guy, right? I don't have the time. I don't have the time. It's like, well, I don't have the time in the summer. Just fucking summer work hours, right? When you work outside, work construction, it's, you got to take advantage of the sunlight. So it's hard to make practices sometimes. A little easier in the winter, but I mean, that's the one thing about arm wrestling community is, you can go anywhere. If I'm working out of town, who's got a club here? We do. Come practice tonight. Sure, cool. Swing by. It's not like trade secrets like a hockey team or a football team, right? Like,
yeah, and then you have things like ArmBet, which makes it a lot easier even to find people that are doing it too, right? Yeah. Well, and all social media and in general makes it easier to find
for sure.
Guys to train with.
Excuse me. And I there's groups out there, and you just post, hey, and we're having practice. I know the OAA on Facebook. If you're having a practice, just post it on the OAA page. Hey, man, practice tonight in Kitchener, practice tonight in London, and practice tonight in Ottawa. Right?
Yeah.
So, but when you're talking about the scene from 7-8 years ago till now, it's obviously way bigger now. Mostly in part to social media, especially over COVID. People had nothing to do, work out at home, and all of a sudden, thanks to Devin too and his YouTube and his social media, right? So the sport is, and it's always been bigger in Europe, and it's just coming to North America.
Yeah.
But the TV show a few years ago helped for sure. And if you've never watched Over the Top, I think that got the ball rolling too. Just don't drink oil. I saw a kid yesterday chugging syrup. No word of a lie.
Yeah.
I saw a kid drinking syrup. Yeah. I think he knows who he is if he watches. I think he knows who it is. Do you know who it is?
Okay. Well, I think there's 2 guys that were drinking syrup.
No, okay, I saw one.
Yeah. But I think Devin started that.
The syrup?
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
No, you know what? It's Super Troopers.
Oh, did we drink syrup?
They chugged syrup at the start.
Oh, yes, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
Did you ever? I remember watching the outtakes or something of that, and they would actually had to drink 5 fucking jugs of syrup.
You know what? I'm gonna inject a clip here.
You should,
because I have
insert syrup chugging clip from Super Troopers.
Yeah, well, not from Super Troopers. A funnier one. So my buddy Matt, he's a guy I went to school with years ago, and we were at a Halloween party, and he was pretty drunk. And somehow we convinced him to chug syrup, so we recorded it.
Yep.
And he downed this thing like such a champ, and then it all came back out. And the video is pretty funny because it's just me sitting beside him, just laughing as he's just spewing this. So if I can find the clip, I'll inject it.
Right.
I'll put it in the top corner or something.
Okay.
But yeah.
She says late checkout is a ripoff.
Oh, what are they charging you?
Oh.
I could spot you for the checkout if I keep it. It's my fault. Yeah.
No, it's my fault. I was 20 minutes late. Yeah. I don't care.
I know. Well, at the end of the day, we were supposed to do this on Friday, but then
I know, and they were all pissy because they were, you don't get to hang out with us. We're gonna do this and that.
Oh yeah.
That happens.
Yeah. No, it is because originally I wanted to do it on Friday, but the weight cut was just so bad. I wouldn't have been even just sitting here. I wouldn't have been able to do it. I would have been zonking out and all I was in bad shape.
Well, then why don't we just jump into Eric's tournament then? We've talked about it enough. Why don't we just do that?
Sure, yeah.
And we can.
Well, actually, before we do that though, I want to talk about the sponsorship stuff.
Oh yeah, you were talking about how to get sponsored.
So how do you?
Club. Okay, so yeah, so basically, you start a club is pretty easy. Just get enough guys to come to practice. You start a regular practice.
Yeah.
To do a team thing, make sure you get enough, people with the same goals in mind, guys that want to learn and train and do that, and you'll get people who come and go. But yeah, so you get a logo. I find if you get shirts made, right? Sounds stupid. It's probably the easiest thing to do. Get a logo, get a name, get shirts made. You'll get more people that way. You actually seem more official. So when I went out to get my very first tournament, I had 30 sponsors. I just went out.
That's
I
crazy.
I typed up a letter, basic letter, like, hey, this is who I am. This is what I'm doing. This is the event. This is where it's going to be. I was lucky enough to find a restaurant bar that was pumped, amped about it. So they had us there. Didn't cost me anything to be there. I think I got a little kickback from them as well. And then, I just went to like every business I could. I got, $200 gift certificate to like a fucking A1 car wash for someone's custom car I donated. I was getting, t-shirts and gift cards from tanning salons. I got $150 voucher for a tattoo parlor. And basically everywhere. I got a grocery store to donate, 4 $25 gift cards. And
that's awesome.
It was like I was getting anything and everything from everybody and anybody I could. And then through that, I was able to keep like my main 5 or 6 that I've had over the last few years. Mm-hmm. I have a digital media company I've had the entire time, and they do my poster for me, and I mean, that's amazing. They do amazing work. And so I have that. And then I've got a new venue that I've had for the last 5 years, and they love having me there. And we've got a sweet deal worked out with them too. Right. So, but yeah, like I said, just go out and you got to ask, and you might have to be professional. You have to be professional about it. Right. So a shirt helps. Wear your shirt, talk about who you are, give them, because there are a lot of people that would probably go out and do the same thing and have nothing. Like, hey, give me this for what event? Like, where, Yeah. I've even had 2 years where the local news came out, right?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
And they put you in the paper and all that fun stuff?
They have done the paper. They've done on TV. Yeah, because I ran provincials, 2016 provincials, and they came out and videotaped that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So and that was like the local news channel?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, don't look for the footage.
Nah, I'm thinking about it, kind of trying to find it.
I'll send you pictures from ArmToberfest from a few years back when we were an actual Oktoberfest event, like when I had partnered with the Oktoberfest like as a whole and became a legitimate event through Oktoberfest.
What do you instead of the pegs, you have like beer steins?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you have to hold 4 beer steins in one hand because it'll weigh you down, right? But no, like we had Miss Oktoberfest came out to the event, and amazing. Uncle Hans was there. I'll send you the pictures of those if you want.
Dude, definitely.
Yeah, that's another one that was on TV. So I think someone's got some pictures and video of that. But yeah, man, if you want sponsorships, you want to start a club, if there's not a club where you are, just start one, man. And I mean, there's so many people that are building tables now just from the measurements, the proper, all you need are the proper table measurements, right? How far apart your pads have to be, the distance off the ground. If you can weld, make one out of metal. If you have lumber, make one out of lumber. If you can buy one online, buy one online.
Well, I think even buying them now, I think it's pretty affordable for the most part, right?
They're getting there. They're a lot more popular, and then people are constantly upgrading and this and that. I've been fortunate. I've had the same table, which is somebody, like, I haven't seen the guy in forever. Yeah. He had the table when I first started, and then he's let the club have it the entire time. So, but I mean, we've had the table for like 8 years.
Okay. Yeah. That's lasted a long time. I know I've seen some of the older tables.
Been resurfaced once.
Yeah.
It's been resurfaced. I mean, I've had it at every tournament I've had.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, because we have a couple of tables at the clubhouse.
Where's your table? You and I were supposed to pull yesterday. Yeah. What happened?
It's in the garage. Yeah, I can show you.
We'll have to bring a camera real quick before I go.
And you can crush me.
I'll take advantage of your day after tournament and sore arms.
You know, my right actually doesn't feel too bad today. Yeah. My left is pretty... Yeah, I don't think I'm doing anything with my left for a while.
Okay, all right.
My wrist is pretty bonked. That's why I left early. I was actually a little worried, so I just came home and iced it right away.
Okay.
And you know what? In the morning, it feels okay, but there's definitely something a little extra.
Something there.
Something a little extra in there now. Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, my right's okay. You can pull a little right if you want. Yeah. You can film it and then put it on your Instagram.
My Instagram is not like you or who else? Hey, speaking of Instagram, who was there yesterday?
Is it Jesse James West or whatever? Yeah. I didn't personally know who he was until somebody mentioned it a couple of days before, and I looked him up, and
I didn't even know till like after.
Yeah. Yeah, he's some like fitness YouTuber
Yep,
or whatever.
yep.
He's jacked. He's
Yeah.
super jacked.
He did well. He did well on his left.
Right. He got one
Yes.
win on his left. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
One or two. I think.
Yeah.
1 or 2. Yeah.
Yeah. I was hoping to pull him before he left, but he kind of took off right after. But funny story. So when I was doing my weight cut and I failed, I called Devin.
Miserably.
I was so miserable. Yeah, so miserable. But I called Devin to ask him what division I should go into. And then as I called him, I guess they were filming some YouTube stuff. So he's like, oh, you're going to be in Jesse's division. He's like, Jesse's going to destroy you because you're all underpowered now and this and that. And then they were talking all kinds of shit. I was like, oh, no. But I was hoping to be able to pull him a little bit. But yeah, he took off right after the stuff was over.
No, for sure. That was different to have that there at a tournament.
Yeah, I think it's fun. I think it makes.
Oh yeah. Not different bad. It was
Yeah.
just you're not used to something like that, right?
Oh yeah, like ripping a shirt off and then
It's just I mean, you have to remember now. That's kind of the world we're in now.
Yeah.
Right? It's such a common thing.
Attention is the new currency, essentially.
No, well, I just meant more social media for there were so many people videotaping yesterday, which was totally encouraged, right? Like Eric had no problem with people videotaping. I know Scott, who was recording the event, and he'll put all of his matches online, and that was oh shit! I was going to do a plug for his oh shit! What is it?
ArmSport?
Yeah, ArmSport. Yeah, TV.com or something.
I think so.
Look it up. Edit that out and just.
I don't have my phone on me. I was going to look it up for you, but yeah.
Shit. Yeah, I can look it up. Hang on. Here, talk about something else.
But yeah, no, I think having guys like him, because he's got a pretty big YouTube following, right? And he's got a big Instagram. So having guys like him at like a local arm wrestling event, and I don't know for sure, but I would imagine he has a bit of a younger audience, right?
Yeah.
So exposing arm wrestling to all those guys, right, it's even better. It's just great for the sport all around, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you have someone like Scott McGinnis out of New Brunswick, Nova Scotia.
He's from Nova Scotia.
And
he's a really good dude.
Yeah.
Really
so he videotaped everything, and he'll put everything on armsportvideo.com.
ArmSport Video
and Facebook, right? But but I mean,
you know what? I'll put his YouTube channel in the description so anybody wants can check it out.
Shameless plug.
Yeah, there you go.
Shameless plug. And but yeah, I mean, he had no problem with people videotaping. But to people who are videotaping and who are doing photography, flashes off. Turn your flashes off. There's a lot of people there, and they didn't do it on purpose. When you're taking a video, a lot of people, for some reason, their light comes on, right?
Yeah.
So because everybody was facing the cameras, you see in Scott's cameras this big white light in the background. So no, anybody they made the announcement, just turn your lights off, please.
Yeah.
And everybody was good.
But sometimes, like on like a big event, like if it's like a super match style, right? When people are walking out, it's cool to have flashes. When people are taking pictures as people are walking out.
You're
that's kinda
thinking,
cool.
you're thinking the 80,000 plus people in the UFC out there, but Jesus.
But I think even at like smaller events, if people have like the flashes as people are walking out, I think there it kind of adds a little bit to it.
No, we're talking two different things here.
Yeah.
So like a camera flash, like a quick flash, but I mean when people were sitting there with the video camera on. You're just making me sound like a dick now, man.
Yeah, no.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah. I'm just saying, in certain scenarios, I feel like it works. Otherwise, it doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it was just because yesterday it was directly at his cameras.
Yeah,
right?
that's not good.
That's all I'm just getting at. I mean,
yeah.
Fucking flash on, have your flash on. Don't make me feel like a dick about it.
So the cameras that he had set up, they were kind of on an angle down towards the tables, I guess,
It
right?
should have been just over. It would have been just over the ref's shoulders to this. Yeah. And downward angle because he was yelling at a lot of people to get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah.
So people were good for the amount of people that were there.
Yeah,
in that space. Yeah, it did well for people not blocking cameras. So
I think he's gonna get some great footage. I think there were some awesome matches.
Oh, there were a lot of great matches.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that photographer that was there, that guy, he'll get a lot of good pictures.
Yeah, hopefully, hey?
Oh wait, that's
hopefully.
me. Yeah, thanks, bud. Thank you, bud.
So you do the photography stuff as like a side gig? Is that kind of your main side thing, or what else are you doing here?
That's just my main gig is. Well, they said big yawn here. Construction, but that's I got to pay the bills. But no, for as you like to say, side hustles. I like doing photography and video. The downside is the editing is sitting on a fucking computer for hours on end.
Yeah, nobody likes editing.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I've been doing I've been doing the photography for arm wrestling for what 5-6 years now.
Okay.
I've done a couple provincials. I've done a bunch of tournaments.
So do you do just arm wrestling, or do you do?
I don't do weddings, if you're asking.
I was gonna say everybody makes big money photography. It's like weddings, right? Weddings.
But I could be charging wedding prices for what I do. I mean, it was yesterday. It was like a 12-hour day.
It's a long day.
It's a long day, and then to go home and edit all that for the next week.
Yeah.
Right, but I don't charge those prices.
Because you're a good guy.
I'm a good guy. Well, Eric's a good guy, and everybody Eric's who asks me, I mean, I give reasonable prices for arm wrestling photography. I give really reasonable prices.
Yeah, I feel people that don't know about what's involved in taking all the pictures and being there the whole day, they don't understand the pricing. Because I've heard people like complaining about pricing when it wasn't even that expensive for events and stuff.
Yep.
And it's like, man, like those people are there taking pictures all day long. Yep. They're not really taking many breaks to eat or drink because they don't want to miss anything.
Yep.
And it's like, they're there from the second the caterers show up or whatever, until like the last person leaves. The photographer is usually there taking pictures and stuff, right? So it's
I mean,
and then afterwards, all the editing and cleanup of the pictures and packaging it. It's
100%.
Yeah, there's still a lot more time involved even afterwards, right? So
yeah, I mean, like I was there long before the tournament started, so I'm doing checking lights and settings on the camera, and test shots, stuff like that, and then I'm just taking random pictures before the tournament starts. But there were kids classes started at 11:30.
Yeah.
So I mean, so kids class start at 11:30 and the pro class end at 11:30. So what is this? Yeah. That's a long day.
It's a very long day.
A lot of photography. Yeah. There's a lot of classes, and I mean, and you're right. They don't know. Well, where's this picture? Where's that? When you have a picture of me, and say just not every picture turns out the way I want it, so I may not use it.
Yeah.
So and there's no guarantee. I try to get a picture of everybody pulling, which for sure I did. I know I did.
That's awesome.
But it's you want to be able to get a nice, good picture, clear picture.
Yeah. Hopefully you got me like this and not like this.
I got some of each. I got a couple of you standing in the crowd with you staring off into space. You didn't even know.
Yeah, I was zoned out. Yeah.
I should have threw the 300 lens on. I could have stood at the back of the bar and just took close-ups of everybody. It would have been great. I love those.
That'd be cool. Yeah, like total stealth shots.
Yeah. You get some of those. I get a lot of those of people at the table, like just close-ups of their like fucking ready to go faces all contorted. Yeah.
Yeah, those are I love those stills of like people like going like 100%.
Oh shit, yeah.
Oh, yeah. But you know what? And there's something to be said about a good photographer taking pictures versus somebody who's just taking pictures with their phone.
Yeah.
It's not even the same thing. Like it's totally different.
Yeah, I mean, phones take great pictures, but an event photographer versus if you want to be an event photographer and get into arm wrestling photography, don't, because you're taking money from me. But I mean, I've been doing this for 8 years, arm wrestling.
Yeah.
I know a lot, especially in the pro class. I know a lot of the arm wrestlers.
Yeah.
For the most part, I know who's going to win the match. So I know where to stand at the table to get the picture that I want to get. Right. As opposed to standing totally out of position. And then all of a sudden I just get a picture of a head and a shoulder.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, he pinned him on the other side of the table.
And those refs, always get in the way of shots.
Now, the other side of that is, Eric had hired me for the day. The refs knew I was there. And then everybody, they had their area, stay clear. So you were more than welcome to take pictures and videos, but you had to be outside that area.
Yeah.
Because that whole inside area was for me to run around like a maniac trying to take pictures of 3 tables at once.
Yeah.
And then not running. I got to be able to turn and, a couple times there were people like crouched down beside me with a video camera. I didn't know you're there. Right. So
yeah. It's tough controlling that crowd too.
Right.
There's no barrier.
And then you've got the competitors who are free to run in that area as well. And so I'm avoiding them because obviously I don't want to get in their way. They're focused, right? I don't want to get in the refs' way, but the refs know I'm there. So they're, we're working together. And then I've got, the spectators behind me and Scott behind me, and Scott telling me that my fucking head's in the way of his camera. So, right. So
yeah, I don't think they thought that many people were going to show up in the crowds. Because there was a lot of people there for how.
Yeah,
but there was a lot of people.
So the one thing about running an event, if you're ever going to run an event, put it like, that was how I got started into Facebook, was arm wrestling.
Yeah.
I never had Facebook till I started on, because that's how everybody communicates more or less. So if you're going to run an event, put in an event on Facebook, and it's a pretty good indicator of what your crowd's going to be like, because a lot of people either say they're going or they're interested, right? So I mean, like, fuck, at last count, I think Eric's was up to like 500 people interested or going. Yeah. And he had well over 300 entries.
Well, yeah, like the novice 165 and 210, I think there's almost 50 people in just each in those divisions, right?
It was like 36 people in one class and 50 guys in the other.
Yeah.
Just one arm, just one side. And then the same on the left.
Yeah.
It was insane.
That's a lot of...
That's fucking insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was fucking nuts. You know what was crazy about yesterday? I saw a lot of guys, it was not a lot. I saw a handful, maybe half a dozen kids that pulled in the novice, like the kids class, like the whatever, under what the age cut off is, 15 or 16 or something, right?
Something like that,
maybe 17. Pulled in that. Then they pulled in the novice, and then a few of them pulled in the pro.
They just went all out.
And then they did, like, they all came with, I think, a win in the pro class.
Ah.
Yeah. So it just goes to show you, and the more you pull, the better you are. Even if you're going to lose throughout the day.
Yeah.
The best thing you can do in arm wrestling is the more people you pull, the better. Everybody pulls different. Every you pull different, I pull different. Everything's different. Our hand setup is different. Our arm lengths are different. Everything is different. So the more people you can pull against, even for practice or tournament, is the better you'll be. So,
for sure.
So that's why it's nice. So even if you have a small club, there's a dozen of you in your same dozen guys practicing every week, 3 times a week, whatever. Okay, yeah, that's great. You're going to get strong. You work on your defense. You work on different, you can work on different techniques and this and that. But find your next closest club if possible, or travel once in a while, even if it's on a weekend. Travel somewhere and practice with another club, right?
Yeah, because everybody feels totally different, like you're saying. And like when you're practicing with the same group of guys all the time, you start to know what everybody's doing. So you're getting prepared to do that for that person every time.
So
right?
Then you can get into different technique. You can start doing. You don't have to grip up every time. You can do. You can do open hand practicing. You can go wrist to wrist.
Yeah.
We used to practice just like fucking just fingers, a couple fingers, just right.
Oh, like that? Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I've never done that. I think the most interesting thing that somebody had the idea at our club was putting Vaseline in everybody's hands and arm wrestling. I wasn't really into that. No, that's not my thing.
That goes back to the closet again, doesn't it?
Yeah. No, that was not.
Oh yeah. So yeah, there's lots of videos from yesterday now online.
Well, people post them on Instagram, right? I've seen a few.
Yeah, I'm seeing them right now. I wasn't really on my phone yesterday. Well, I was towards the end because trying to figure out my ride.
Yeah. Well, when I messaged you asking if it was still going, and he sent me the clip of Devin and Pork Chop.
That was the very end.
Yeah. That was it.
That was it. That was the last 2 matches, and because Pork Chop pulled Devin and lost the first one. So then Pork Chop had to drop down and pull 3rd place.
Yeah.
And then go back and pull Devin again. And then Devin just fucked around with him for a minute. But
we
made him work through it, talked through it. But it was a good match for sure. I mean,
which is crazy because Curtis is such a beast. Such a beast.
What are you talking about? He's a gentle giant. We were hanging out in his car, shooting the shit for a while.
But I say he is such a beast.
Dude,
He's so
as-
strong,
dude.
So
I don't know if you were gone. I tried to take a picture of it. His match was so fast.
Yeah,
Like for a guy that size, he's quick.
yeah.
Whatever he's doing it right. And he's only been pulling for 4 years now.
4 years, 5 years, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Devin was telling me that the first tournament that Curtis ever pulled, he never arm wrestled or anything.
Mhm.
And I guess he got like Devin like right out of the gate. And right away, Devin was like, okay, this guy's got something special. Yeah. Like he has.
I think that was Brockville.
Could be. Yeah.
I think I might have pictures of that actually.
Oh,
I
yeah?
think I might have pictures.
So where do you put all your pictures up?
Man, I usually Facebook, if there's an event, I try to tag him to that event or to the host of that event. I'm sure there's a better way to get them out there, as I'm not very tech savvy. I'm not as much as I should be anyway.
Yeah.
But most of them, because they were posted so long ago, like I've gone through, like on my Facebook photos I posted or whatever, or even albums, and you can go back and you can see like 2005, 2006, right? So they're out there. You just gotta look for them, I guess.
Yeah.
I could start an archive. I could start a web page or something,
or Instagram or something.
And, fuck, you know how many pictures I'd have to post, man?
Yes, I don't know what the best place to put like massive event photo. Yeah, maybe Facebook.
Start a web page.
Yeah, maybe just do your own.
ArmWrestlingTournamentPicks.com.
Yeah,
and fucking upload all your arm wrestling tournaments to this fucking web page, man, and then like a cloud or something. I don't fucking know.
Yeah. Oh, you mean something that anybody can go?
Anybody.
Yeah.
Just any tournament, upload it. And well, then it, all of a sudden you get like 6 pictures in, and it's like some shit you don't want to see.
Well,
you
that's
I'm sure you can filter that shit out.
It's it always, when you're hosting your own, when you're hosting a platform that you're allowing other people to just freely upload shit.
Well, you
always run the danger of somebody putting sketchy stuff up there.
Yeah. Well, right? I mean I'll just do my own. I have enough pictures to fill that up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, works on ChatterBait.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I've heard of stories of companies like Facebook and shit, where they have like giant farms in like the Philippines and stuff, where it's just people going through pictures and going through videos being uploaded. So they have like, these entire, like a massive group of like hundreds of people. That's all they do every day is just go through stuff. And apparently people that have those jobs, they don't stay there for very long because they just can't deal with it.
They see what they see.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I bet.
Apparently I listened to a podcast of somebody who used to do that. They were like I think they were working for Facebook, and he's a guy from the Philippines, and he was talking about all the stuff that they have to see, like, dead people and, kid stuff, like just the word he's saying is like the worst of the worst. And he's like, most people can't stomach it for more than 2 weeks. And he's saying the people that do stay and do it a long time, it kind of screws them up a little bit.
Oh, I believe it. Yeah. Man. Shit like that. I don't care. That shit fucks with your head for sure. I don't watch that kind of shit. You know what's funny though? When we talk about that break arm at my tournament, I've never watched a break arm video.
No?
Nope. No, I have people send them to me all the time, and they'll try to disguise it in another video, like my brother being a dick. And I'm like, nope, I'm not watching, man. I don't need to see that shit. And then now I've got this fucking sound stuck in my head. Why did you make this conversation turn this way?
I don't know. But this comes up with kind of a funny. Well, I don't know if it's funny, but the day before my first practice, okay, I was talking to Devin. And he's essentially explained to me, what's all going to happen and how practice works and all this stuff. And then he's like, yeah, just be careful you don't break your arm. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, oh yeah, people break their arms all the time in arm wrestling. I'm like, what? They do? And he's like, yeah, you should look it up. Like, look up some arm break videos on YouTube. I'm like, okay. Like, I guess he's like, yeah, just make sure you don't break your arm. See you later. And then that's when I started walking home. I'm like, what the fuck? So then, when I look up arm break videos, I'm like, this is terrible. Like, why did he get me to do this? So yeah, literally, day before my first practice, he got me thinking that like breaking arm is like a really common thing. I don't know.
Fuck.
He's having a good laugh about it, I guess.
bet.
But yeah, so
You ever talked to him about it since then? Like, I haven't seen one arm break yet. I'm disappointed.
yeah. Well, I talked to him like at the end of the practice, and he's laughing about it. He's like, "Yeah, don't worry, you're fine. You're not gonna break your arm." And I'm like, "Okay."
It's a good way to filter out people, I guess.
I guess. Yeah,
Oh,
I guess.
shit.
Yeah, no, I think he's just trying to prank me or something.
Yeah,
But
that was fucking hilarious.
yeah, he definitely had me looking at like arm break videos that night. And I was still going to go to practice, but I was literally looking at this. I'm like, is this really like this happens all the time? But
Yep.
no, I don't think it happens that often, right?
No. Like I said, I've hosted 8 tournaments
Yeah.
over the years. I've had one muscle tear and one arm break.
Is it always bicep?
Yeah. The muscle,
Yeah.
Muscle.
Yeah. So I guess it's like right.
And
Right up
tournaments
here, eh?
I've been to, I think I've been to like maybe 3 that there's been a muscle tear. I still think that's the first one I've been to.
Yeah.
I've been since I started in 2015, I think it was my first tournaments. It's my math right here. 2014, I've been to over 100 tournaments.
100, yeah?
Oh shit, yeah.
Like competed in or yeah?
Oh yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
So you're in deep. You're in deep.
I got a nice collection of medals and awards. I mean, I kick ass in kids and women's classes, bro. But no, man, I don't. Yeah, just because I haven't competed lately.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you gonna start competing more again, or
we'll see.
yeah?
We'll see. We'll see.
All right,
Got some
we'll have
tricks
to,
up my sleeves, bud.
well, you have to show me in the garage then. Get a table. Yeah.
We'll see. Okay, we'll see what we got.
Yeah.
Okay. But
So-
that's not why we're here. We're not here to talk about me and my
Yeah, we're here to talk about you,
and my
for sure.
comeback.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
So what do you got on? What do you got down the pipe?
I
What
gotta
are you
get
doing
these
next?
fucking pictures done. I gotta get my videos done from Armtoberfest. I've got Magda's event coming up in December,
Right.
December 10th.
December. I'm gonna try to make it down for that.
Arm Wrestling Canada. Magda, check
Yeah.
her out. She's got a nice event coming up. I think it's at her house.
I think so. Yeah.
I
The
think
one.
it's like an outdoor fucking snow party.
Oh, she's doing it outdoor in
I've
December.
never been to her house. Is it big?
It's nice. Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. It's very nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think it's at her house. If unless it gets too big, she might put it at a venue, but I don't think that's the plan.
Yeah.
And then we got to check the schedule for what's coming up in the new year. We could do another one. We'll do another podcast,
Sure, yeah.
and then we can talk about all the upcoming things.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I got some other stuff. Maybe we'll talk. Well, we can talk about some of it on the
Well,
podcast.
we can always do this like from my house, right?
If I bring my stuff there. Yeah.
Oh no, you can't like.
I don't like
You don't-
doing remote ones.
You don't like doing groups?
Nah,
No?
because see the way I see it is
Or
like
Zoom?
I spent all the time setting this up.
Okay,
I
you know
don't
what?
want to really do.
I kind of like the in-person vibe.
yeah, in
though.
person's better, right? In
You
person's
know
better.
what we'll do? Oh, too bad we're getting into this shitty weather season. If you're not, I don't know where all your where your fan club's at, where your spec. Oh, you can see my bottle of water this whole time. You didn't tell me.
Free advertising.
Dick.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Dick.
Ah.
Yeah, I mean, if the roads aren't horrible, I mean, it's only a 6-hour drive to come see you.
Yeah, it's close. It's really close.
Yeah, we'd have to do it at night if you guys having a practice. And then we do a podcast and I'll stay the night somewhere.
Yeah. Well, again, like I said, I do plan on bringing some of the equipment to the high hookers.
Yeah, but then you
practice
said
and
you put
doing
all
it
this fucking work into this.
Yeah, I know. But I have
If you're
stuff.
going to do that, then I'm not going to drive the 6 hours. You can just do the remote. And,
Yeah. No, the remote setup, it's a little different, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm probably not going to use these mics.
Yeah.
I have other mics for that. And
I have that, like,
which one?
that one that you have. I have that same one.
Oh, this one here?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. These those mics are great actually.
Yeah.
Those are really good. Yeah.
I have a great condenser mic.
Yeah. The only reason I upgraded to these is those ones, they got a little bit too much feedback in between both.
Oh,
And
okay. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
editing was too much. So like every
Oh.
time I had to edit a podcast,
Yep.
it was like 4 to 8 hours of editing, depending on how much crosstalk there was. These ones, I feel like they filter out the crosstalk a little better. That's why I picked them up. So
Yeah.
the extra money saves me so much time.
Yeah.
So much time. Yeah. But anybody starting a podcast, I would recommend get good mics. Good mics out of the
You're
gate.
gonna help me start mine?
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're still working on our apps though.
Yeah. Well, we can talk about some of the stuff. I'm pretty open about what
Are
I'm
you
working
really?
on. Yeah,
I'm so secretive about everything I do. I don't
be
know
secretive.
why.
So here's some advice for you, right?
Yeah.
If you're going to work on an app or a new company or anything, in my opinion,
Yeah.
because I used to be like that too. I used to not want to talk about it.
For sure.
In my opinion, it's best to get all your ideas out there and get as much feedback as possible.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
okay, so I love the feedback. I just feel like everybody wants to steal your ideas. But I guess it doesn't matter because everybody's got the same fucking ideas.
Yeah.
Right?
So there are people that are going to steal it, like your idea. If you have come up with something that's super crazy awesome,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Somebody else is probably going to steal it.
Yeah.
Right. But that's going to happen anyways.
And who's to
regardless.
say I'm not stealing it from somebody else?
Yeah,
Just
whatever.
because you haven't seen it doesn't mean it's not out there.
Yeah.
Okay. So on that note, fully loaded arm wrestler
Fully loaded arm wrestler.
clothing line
Oh, nice.
coming.
Yeah.
They got working on the logo right now. It's on Instagram.
Powerful.
I'm trying to do that's I think that's the name for the promotions. Because you say what do I do? So MC scorekeeping. I like the scorekeeping not as much. I love being on MC. So if you're doing an event, you want an MC, I'll MC. Maybe not as good as Uncle John, but I'm still good.
What did Devin call Uncle John the most hated man in arm wrestling
Is
or
he?
something?
Is he?
No, everybody loves Uncle John. Everybody loves the guy.
He's a fun guy. He's a good guy. No, he's a good guy. I worked with him all day yesterday. He's a real nice guy.
Yeah, he's super cool, dude.
He pulled in the super heavies left.
Did he? Yesterday?
Yeah.
I thought he said he wasn't going to.
No, he did. No, he did. Evenden.
Yeah.
But promotions. We're gonna do promotions.
Yeah. So I have some ideas actually. You know what? I'll say it on I haven't really talked about this one.
Okay.
Well, no, the pay-per-view stuff I've talked about. I was on Evan's podcast a while back, and I talked about the pay-per-view platform that we're building.
Yes.
That's hopefully going to be done beginning of next year. And off air, I'll tell you what one of the events is. It's going to be on it.
Deal.
Remind me before you leave.
Okay, and then off air, I'll tell you about the one event. I got it up my sleeve.
But the other thing that I want to do is I want to do really high quality video production for like some really small like local events. So like UFC has like, the whole all access thing like leading up to events.
Yeah.
I want to film some stuff like that. And we have some local guys that want to do some matches.
Yeah.
And it'll again probably be beginning of next year, and we'll probably launch it through the platform that we're building. But we're gonna do like a big lead up to it where there's
we'll see what they do throughout the day.
Yeah.
Training thing.
Because some of the guys are super interesting. And again, it's not 100% finalized how the whole thing is going to be set up, but it'll probably be 1 or 2 matches and that's it.
Yeah.
But we'll have like the full like 5, 6, 7 videos like leading up to it, and they'll probably be scattered between like my channel and Devin's channel or whatever. But we have some ideas to do like some really, really like high quality video production leading up to it, to the match. And then again, maybe the first event will only be 1 match.
Mm-hmm.
It might be 1 match, and then we're gonna launch it through the pay-per-view platform, but like just as a pilot. So it'll be cheap. Let's say like $3-4, or like essentially as cheap as we can have it, that we're not going to lose too much money on the actual event. Because looking into it, to actually handle all the streaming and the data, it's actually really expensive.
I know. Yeah. It's like Amazon. There's service fees, right? They got to make their money too.
Yeah. No, initially I didn't realize like I always knew that running a platform like YouTube was very expensive.
Yep.
But since looking into what the costs of all the live streaming stuff is, it's actually a lot more expensive than I thought. There's ways to make it cheaper. So we're trying to figure out the best ways to optimize all that. But yeah, so we want to launch just a small event just to pilot it, but have like a really high quality video production leading up to it.
Yeah.
And then potentially start helping other people do that as well. Cause like,
for sure.
Yeah, you have events like the We the North event.
Yep.
It would be so awesome to have like, event of that quality, but still have like, a proper lead up to it. Like you see like boxing and UFC and all those guys do.
Yeah. I mean, for some events, you see that. You see other people doing that and stuff like that.
Yeah, but even the bigger events, I find the quality of the all access type stuff, it's not really the same. I feel like
you're
be
going
better.
after the quality aspect. You want to give a nice 4K professionally edited,
Yeah. Yeah.
intro, like this is Joe Arm Puller, and
Yeah.
he gets up at 4:30 every morning and goes and milks the cows and picks the eggs. And
Well, kind of like Game of Arms kind of had the right idea, right? But I feel like they could have done it a little bit
they were
different.
supposed to do a season 2 and they dropped it. They didn't drop it. The network dropped it.
I know.
Because they filmed it.
I know.
They filmed a season 2. So there's footage out there somewhere.
I think Devin's been trying to get that footage for a long time. Yeah.
I wonder if he got it for his documentary.
I don't think so.
No, total different. I wonder what the documentary is going to be like.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just saying that because you're in it.
I don't think I'll be in it really. No. There's one part. So I don't know if you know this, but Devin is like super good at Mortal Kombat.
Is he?
Like really, really good.
Really?
Like me and him have probably
Who does he
played
use?
anybody.
Doesn't matter?
Anybody.
Doesn't have
Anybody.
Who do you use?
Big reptile guy. Reptile.
Which Mortal Kombat?
Mostly 3.
Oh, so that's not Mortal. No, it's the original or nothing.
See,
it's like Mario 64.
Ah,
You find someone who can beat me.
Mario Kart 64?
Yep.
I'll crush you.
Who do you use?
Destroy you.
I use Toad.
Toad?
I use Toad.
No chance.
Buddy, you
Yoshi, buddy. Yoshi all day.
Oh yeah, good
Yoshi.
luck.
Yoshi.
Good luck. Yeah.
Yeah. But like he's really, really good. And in the documentary, we played Mortal Kombat 2.
Yeah.
I got a win on him.
Did you?
I got a win on him. Yeah.
So, I know he plays chess. I want to play a game of chess against him.
Yeah. He's really good at chess.
I'm really good at chess too. I don't know what I'm doing, but I never seem to lose. I don't know if people just feel bad for me.
You're playing the wrong people. Yeah.
I found out later we're playing checkers.
Yeah, no, I'm okay. I would say like very low level, okay at chess.
Yeah,
but I've played Devin a little bit, but he plays with the timer and stuff. I'm not good enough to do that. No.
Oh, does he?
Yeah. I can't do that. I can't play fast.
No,
I gotta think about it. I'm too slow. I'm just a slow person in general.
Yeah,
you know? But so in the documentary,
you know Bobby Fischer.
Bobby Fischer, no.
No, you're no Bobby Fischer, the chess kid phenomenon.
Oh no. I'm not in the chess scene.
Okay.
Yeah,
clearly.
Yeah.
Or the arm wrestling.
I don't know anything. But so the documentary, they were here filming it, and I got a win on him. So being Devin, we've probably played about 500-600 games in Mortal Kombat. Like I don't even know how many, like a stupid amount. And I think I beat him twice.
Yeah.
Nice. And one of them is on video. So
okay, good.
Yeah,
good.
Let that one go down in history. Yeah, that's the.
Yep.
But no, he's very, very like him and his son Auden, super good.
Yeah,
super good.
Okay.
But I got the arcade machine upstairs.
Saw that.
So yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah, before you head, if you want, I think I have Mario Kart on there too.
5,000 games on that.
There's a lot. Yeah.
Oh.
I have like a little like Raspberry Pi emulator thing in the back.
Yep.
So it's got all kinds of stuff, and then I have a full computer plugged into it too.
Yep. Sweet. Yeah, nice for sure. Fucking right. Too bad there's not an arm wrestling game on there.
Man, is there no good arm wrestling games?
How do you make one? It's the same 2 moves.
Yeah.
It's not good. It's not like hockey or football, right? Like, but you could make one. Choose your puller or make an arm or something. I don't know. It could be like Mike Tyson's punch up. It's just one arm sticking out facing your competitor.
See, the way that I think, because I've thought about it. I'm a game developer, right? Like, that's actually that's what I went to school for and stuff way back in the day. And I did that for the longest time. I used to build like educational games and stuff for a company. I always kind of thought, and again, I've been thinking really long and hard on how you could make like a good arm wrestling game. I think what you have to do is you have to make it like a beat 'em up game.
Yep.
Where most of the time you're beating people up, and then like somehow the boss battles are like arm wrestling related. But you can't just make it like a button mashing thing. I think you'd have to have it be like a dual joystick thing where like one joystick maybe maneuvers your wrist.
Okay.
And then the other one is like, powering like back pressure and side pressure and stuff. So I've thought about it, and maybe it's someday I'll have time. I got too many things going. Someday I'll have time.
They have them at like carnivals and shit. You've never seen them?
Yeah, I've seen those. Yeah.
Test your strength.
Yeah. I've never tried that though. Are they fun?
I don't go to carnivals enough. I've never seen one on a carnival.
I've seen videos of people holding like the plastic like robot arm in there.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's actually any good.
I don't know.
Yeah. But yes, I think there's ways to make a good arm wrestling game. I think you can.
Okay.
I think the ones that I've seen, like I've seen really cheap like mobile ones where like all you do is you just tap the screen and the guy's like you know, like it just
Really?
that kind of stuff. Yeah,
Like test your might.
it's like kind of you're just like tapping it like crazy. So I've seen some things like that. But yeah, I don't think I've seen any like really good arm wrestling games yet. Yeah. So somebody either go out there and make it, or eventually, if I ever retire, then I'll have some time to sit down and make it. Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. Time to retire. Who's got time for that?
Yeah, no, retirement's it's for old people, right?
I'd like to retire.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, it just won't be in one piece.
I don't know. I don't see myself retiring. I don't know.
No. I like doing nothing, but you can only do it for so long.
See, I don't like doing nothing. I find when I have days where I just kind of like don't really accomplish much, I kind of feel sick.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know what it
I
is.
got like this weekend where we're on the road all day Friday to get here, and then busy all Friday night. Friday was actually kind of chill.
Yeah.
But yesterday on the go all day, and then got back to the hotel at like 12:31 last night. Yeah, maybe 1:30.
Yeah.
Late. And then up early for you. Jesus.
Yeah, this is early in the morning.
This is I had to get up at like 8:00 on a fucking Sunday morning to make sure I have a shower. I didn't even shower last night. I took my shoes off, the socks off, and just went to bed. I was so tired.
Yeah.
And,
well, it's a long day, man. It's a long day.
Dude, I mean, I give a long day for the refs. And at least like for them, the 3 tables, so 6 refs, but they had 7 refs, so they had 1 floater. It was just somebody was right, which is good. You need to do that because
and the referee was pretty good yesterday, I'd say.
Oh, for sure,
everything was good.
And I mean, I've refed long tournaments too. Oh, I ref too. I ref.
You do pretty much everything. We should maybe just go through it at one point.
I do it. I try to do it all. I'd like to be. Yeah, and I'm also on the board of the OAA.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that.
Also, yeah. I'm also on the board of the Ontario Arm Wrestling Association. But yeah, I mean, it's hard on the back, it's hard on the feet. I mean, and for me, like that was a concrete floor, and I'm walking and running around, and yeah. So I mean, to be up this early for you, shit.
Well, thanks, appreciate it, buddy. Appreciate it.
Well, thank you. That's fun. That's fun. Yeah.
So next year, you said you want to do some more events, right?
We're gonna do some more events.
So what do you plan on doing? Like tournaments, or are they gonna be like super match style?
So actually, Armtoberfest here is the first one I've never had a super match at.
Okay.
And I'm wondering if that's why it wasn't maybe as big as I thought it would be. But there was a tournament the week before, it was tournaments the week after, and then both of them had super matches. And there just seemed to be a lot of tournaments in that small amount of time. And now that we're coming to the end of the year, and you know, for people who don't live around here, you're Ottawa, and I'm Kitchener-Waterloo, Ontario. Like winter weather conditions plays a big part into what tournaments you go to.
Big time.
You know, the time it starts snowing till, you know, March, April, when the roads clear up.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to drive 6 hours in a blizzard. I've done that once. We did that once. We drove all the way up here to Ottawa to a tournament, like 6, 7 years ago. And we took us 9-10 hours to get home in an ice storm.
Yeah. I've done the drive back and forth between Toronto a couple times, and in wintertime, it's just not fun.
Too stressful. It's not worth it. I mean, it's great to see everyone, and it's nice because a lot of times at tournaments, sometimes that's the only time you see someone, once a year. Yeah. Twice a year at a tournament, right? You guys live, you know, you're both 6 hours, but 6 hours the other way, that's 12 hours.
Yeah.
Right.
It's there was one year, I don't remember the exact reason that I was in Toronto. But I know coming back, it was just started snowing. So I'm trying to remember exactly what time it was. I think it was like, say mid to end November-ish, maybe. Like it just started to snow and the roads were a little slick. Oil tanker flipped on the, I think it was a 407.
Okay.
And lit on fire.
Nice.
Yeah. So they evacuated like 500 meters of cars. And then we were stuck there. So I had maybe 6-7 rows of cars in front of me. And then behind me was everything was gridlocked.
Nice.
And they essentially closed that whole area down. And we're stuck there for like damn near close to 8 hours. Yeah, sitting there.
Insane.
Yeah,
In
so
your car?
in the car. Yeah.
Nice.
But we got lucky because right in front of us, there was a guy that had a truck with a barbecue in the back, and they'd got out and they'd ran and got a bunch of hot dogs and burgers and stuff. And they started grilling hot dogs and burgers for the people that were stuck there.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was
That's
pretty cool.
Nice.
And some of them, yeah, they're cracking beer too, and some of them had just pulled their cars off to the side and left their cars there, I think, for the night. But yeah, that was yeah. But
Anybody bring marshmallows?
I don't think there was marshmallows, no. But the when they finally
it was a tanker fire.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, we couldn't get close enough, right? But yeah.
Oh fuck.
But they put it out pretty quick. Essentially, what happened was it tipped, and then it was over for maybe. It was weird because the fire started well after it had tipped, and then they brought the fire trucks out and they put it out right away. But they'd still kept it all locked down. But yeah, that was the worst, man. That was the worst. And then my buddy that was with me, he ended up running to like a Timmy's because he had to go to the washroom. So yeah. But yeah, people ended up abandoning their cars too because when they finally opened it up, I'd say only about a third of the people were there. So people were kind of like, mazing through the cars to get out, and it was a disaster. Yeah. So yeah, don't drive to Toronto in winter.
Don't drive to Toronto in winter.
No, it's a bad idea.
Don't drive to Toronto ever.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
They need to make a bridge right over the fucking thing. Honestly.
Yeah, I'd be down with that. You know what?
I'd be down with no exits from Kitchener to Ottawa, just one fucking road, like 20 feet above everybody else.
So is Kitchener south of Toronto?
West.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So how far west is it?
It's about an hour.
Okay, so is it before or after London, I guess?
It's 45 minutes from Pearson.
Okay, my Toronto geography is not the greatest, but
No doubt.
yeah.
Holy shit.
I don't go out there, man. Toronto sucks.
Yeah, it does.
You guys are just murdering each other out there. This is death.
Oh,
Death and carnage.
They don't talk about that anywhere else in the world, yo. When I travel,
Yeah.
and people are like, "Oh, well, I can't. Where are you from?" I'm like, "This far." I'm like, "Here." It was just like, you always use Toronto as a reference point because that's where everybody knows Toronto. So
Yeah.
This far from Toronto. Oh, I can't wait to go to Toronto. I want to go to Toronto. It's the greatest city in the world. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Turn the news. Go look up Toronto news specifically, and there's a fucking shooting a day. We're gonna get shot for saying this.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
Toronto people, we like people from Toronto. Some people.
Yeah. I feel like
It's such a nice town. It's such a beautiful city at night.
It is, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's shitty what's going on there. That's all.
and I don't think it was always this bad. I think this is definitely like
This is the
worse
worst it's ever been. It's been it's like the last 2 years, every fucking day. That's why I don't watch CP24 anymore.
It's not. You can't do it. Yeah. No. It's because I know at one point the stats were that there was more crime, like violent crime there than like New York and a bunch of other places.
I'm telling you, they don't talk about it.
Yeah.
They're not talking about how bad it is.
Yeah, and now because we mentioned it,
but I'm
going to get blacklisted.
You are. We're going to get shunned. Like I said, a lot of great people there's a lot of great clubs in Toronto, right? So, I mean, you got the Table Monkeys out of Toronto.
Those guys are awesome. Yeah.
Right. They had a good showing yesterday at the tournament.
They did. Yeah, they had a few guys there.
I mean, then you got all the little, like, Durham. Like, you got that GTA area, right? So, there's tons of clubs out that way. Tons of clubs. And then Kitchener-Waterloo and London.
So, how many clubs are there in the Kitchener area?
In the Kitchener area, so we got a lot of farm country out that way. So, like, Listowel, Elora, which is kind of with Kitchener-Waterloo. But then we get guys from Guelph and all these other little feeder towns, right? But, you're free to travel or practice wherever you want. Like, the problem is you got to drive pretty much 45 minutes anywhere.
Yeah.
Right? So even if you're one side of Kitchener, the other side is take you 20 minutes, half hour. So
that's the one thing I think I really like about the arm wrestling community is everybody's cool. Well, it seems to be anyways. Everybody's cool with you training in other clubs.
Yeah, just don't be a dick.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. It's like that's any rule in life. Don't be a dick.
Yeah.
Right. I'm still learning that, but don't be a dick, man.
Yeah.
You wanna come practice and have a good time? Sure, come out and practice. But it's especially if people practice at their house. You remember you're a guest. It's not nobody owes you anything to come to their house and practice.
Yeah.
Right. So show some fucking respect.
Yeah. And a lot of times the practices are at people's homes, right? It's not like
and they have
official
wives
gym
and kids
yeah.
or husbands and kids. I mean, like there's women pullers too, right? And, you know, you got to keep that in mind. And, you know, it's a good time. People are there to socialize as well. It's a very social. It's a very social sport.
Yeah.
Right. But it's just, you don't need to be a dick.
Yeah.
Don't be the guy show up and be a dick.
Yeah. And I think it's, well, I don't know. I don't think I've had any experiences of guys coming to practice and just being total dicks.
We've had it once or twice. We did a lot of advertising. Fuck, I did a lot of arm wrestling advertising on like Kijiji and shit in the past.
Oh, yeah?
Just advertising practices, and we'd get random people.
Get pictures of like hot chicks and just like, hey, come arm wrestle.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And or me in a bikini and like, yeah, come arm wrestle.
Beautiful. You know, that'll be the screenshot of the podcast. Yeah, I'll look that up. Yeah,
man.
Ah.
Go to Thailand. Anything's possible.
Yeah. You've got to
I'm gonna get black. Fuck no.
Ah.
I'm gonna get blacklisted on your podcast now.
Whatever.
No, I do love to travel though. Never been to Thailand. Actually, I was looking to do a like a 2-week motorcycle tour.
Yeah,
through Thailand, Vietnam. I think that'd be fucking amazing.
It's beautiful out there. Yeah. I've never been. I know a lot of friends that have been. I've seen pictures and video. I was going to go if. Well, this is actually when I was fighting because I had a bunch of buddies of mine that went out there to do Muay Thai training for a few weeks. And I was planning to fly out there, but things just didn't work out and I couldn't go. And I kind of regret it because, it looks amazing out there.
I actually spent last winter living on the beaches of Costa Rica.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
During COVID or before?
Towards the end.
Yeah?
Yeah, when there was, your town was occupied with big rigs. I was on a beach with fucking margaritas.
Amazing.
Yeah. Pina coladas and.
It was just
I
you.
didn't fucking drink any of those. I drank a bunch of beer on the beach. Yeah, just me and a bunch of books for 2 months.
2 months you went out there?
Yeah, man.
Dude, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Huh.
Chill the fuck out.
So what did you do? So you went out there for 2 months.
Yeah.
And you just kind of hung out on the beach. Were you there with the family or was it just you or?
I'll go by myself.
Just by yourself?
Yeah.
Good for you. Good for you.
Single then?
Single
then. I was single then.
Yeah.
Well, kind of. But no, I just went by myself. 2 months. I rented an apartment for the whole time I was there.
Yeah?
Real chill place.
Amazing.
Right, towards the... if you know Costa Rica, Tamarindo, there's another little area.
Never been out there.
Langosta. A little quiet. Not as quiet as I had wanted.
Yeah.
But I'd never been to Costa Rica before, so it was good. I toured around a bunch. I rented a motorcycle for a few days.
Yeah.
I did went into the volcano towns for a while, and I would like to have done more touring around.
Yeah.
But so met a couple of the bar owners. Got them amped up on maybe if I can having a tournament in Costa Rica.
Do it.
Yeah, they had the big Pan Am. I think like 2018. I think they had a bunch of guys like Matt Smith. They went down to it was in San Jose. They went down there to Costa Rica.
What a great idea.
Yeah, I think a beach one would be great.
Yeah, I think so.
Right?
Yeah.
There should be more arm wrestling tables there. But then you get into everybody comes into the same problem of liability.
What do you mean?
Arm breaks. So
yeah.
So my event this year, right? The venue was worried. Like they were scared shitless, to be honest. And I was like, no, man, that's why we have waivers. Like this, it says right here, you're not responsible. I'm not responsible.
Yeah.
If this person fully knows there's a good chance. I mean, I doubt they're going to want to spend $100,000 on a fucking lawyer that's going to try and win a case to get what?
Yeah.
Right.
And you know what? In all honesty, it's like arm break sounds bad, but overall it's totally recoverable injury. Right.
Yeah. And I mean, the guy, I think he works in a factory or something.
Yeah.
Some sort of like shop. He works in a shop or something.
Yeah, it sucks.
So you probably, but there's a good chance his work may accommodate him and give him something to do with his one arm.
Yeah.
I don't think he required the surgery, so it's probably only 6 weeks in a cast.
Yeah.
6 to 8 weeks in a cast.
Yeah.
It's not horrible. I mean, And I guess maybe it is. I don't want to talk politics. Maybe that is one of the better things about living here in Ontario and in Canada. I mean, there's a good chance he'll get something. He should be covered. Let's not even talk about that. I don't want to talk about the government and money. But yeah, I mean, we've got a few minutes left. I'll stay for another few minutes here.
Yeah.
They want me to hang out and go swimming. We've got the room till 2.
Okay.
So I'll see you soon.
You're close by. How long is the drive? Like 20 minutes?
20 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Okay. Do you have anything else you want to talk about? We keep touching base on Eric's tournament. Do you want to should we just talk about it? You're gonna edit it all out into one conversation?
Yeah. No. Let's go over it.
How do you edit this? Do you cut and paste? Do you just run it right through and chop it up?
Depends. Okay. I don't think we've talked about anything that's like taboo, but sometimes I'll have to cut things out.
Yeah, I mean, maybe the shit we said about Toronto, we can take that out.
We'll keep that in there. I think people need to know. People need to know.
Can we go back to talking about sponsorships?
Yeah, sure.
So that was the other thing about talking about sponsorships. I've been fortunate enough. I left construction for a while and I went and did something else. And where I worked there, I asked them, my employer, like I wrote up a letter, and it was a big company and they gave me a couple $100 towards the event. When I came back to construction, like my employer, I asked them, and not my current employer, which was my previous former employer, which is still my current employer, because they always, you come back if we like you, come back if you, right? So, yeah, construction's where the money is at. If you want to make good money, get into constructions and trades. Fucking trades is where the money's at. I don't care. Any fucking trade. They're dying. They're dying. Yeah. There's so much. It is such a great industry to be in. It's get yourself a great company. So like I said, I'm fortunate enough. So we were bought out. My boss, they'd done it long enough. They sold last year to a bigger company now. They were part of it this year. The owner was really amped about it. So yeah. So ask your employer. Don't be afraid to ask your employer. Let them know. They'll want to know that you have a life outside of work. They want to know what you're doing, right? So fucking ask your boss. Hey man, this is what I do. I'm having a big ass event. This is what I told him where I was having. He's like, I know that bar. Right. It's like fucking right. So I told him and then what I did this year for all my sponsors, we had plaques made. I don't know if you're at my event. So we do plaques sometimes. So we king of the table, queen of the table, specialty plaques. But
then you have the company's names, the sponsors on there as well.
The company I use, they do really good work. I'll show you a picture.
Yeah, sure.
And so I had plaques made for all of our sponsors, like thank you plaques. They loved them, yeah. But yeah, I'll show you a plaque here. Sorry.
Oh, and that's an interesting thing too, because you see what I've seen with arm wrestling so far is it seems to be a really big mix of what people get for winning, right? Like some people do trophies, some people do medals. I've seen plaques. The Ottawa Open, they had like the.
Let's do it. Let's just talk about the fucking Ottawa. Let's just do it. Just do it. Just talk about the Ottawa Open. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, he does statues. If you haven't seen, we'll fucking chop a picture in here for Eric.
Yeah.
So
the statues are awesome. Those things look fucking badass.
They are badass. They are amazing. So I've done medals. When I ran provincials, I gave a fucking first place, got like 3-foot trophies.
3 feet, yeah.
And second place got 2 feet. Third place got a foot. Like I did monster fucking trophies, man. People were complaining they couldn't get the shit home. It's like Matt Smith, you shouldn't have won 6 classes. So
I guess what you get. This is all the punish
your fault now. The fucking gas mount is out the fucking window now.
That's awesome.
I do medals and plaques, and I do little mini trophies for the specialty awards, and I'm changing it up. So next year I want to change it up. So Eric does these awesome concrete fucking, I think they're buffalo or bisons or something.
Oh, they're concrete.
I think they're concrete.
I don't know. I haven't actually picked one up. So
I've never placed that high to touch one. I know the Wasaga Beach guys, they do the concrete ones too, of the gripped arms.
The arms, those are really awesome.
So that's something I'm trying to find. I need to get a mold made because I want to do the there it is right there. So that's a plaque. It looks like a picture. That's a plaque.
Well, that looks awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, push it towards the camera, see if you can get it in there. You gotta say something so that it picks you up. You gotta sit, it's talking to the mic so it picks you up.
Picks me up. Oh, camera 1, camera 2. Can we see that? There we go. You can almost see that. You'll zoom in. So it almost looks like a picture, but that's the plaque. That was a specialty award we had this year for one of our members' daughter passed away, so we created an award for her. But yeah, so we do that. It's thank you plaques. Don't be afraid to. And we did thank you cards before. We always thank your sponsors.
Yeah.
Always thank your sponsors. And always do shameless plugs throughout your tournament.
Yeah, you got to do it.
But I mean, so one thing I'm working on now for the next event, because I want to do a different event, is I'm going to do a tiered sponsorship packages, right? Different levels, different things. If you want to go big, you need to go big.
Yeah.
So I want to do bigger tournaments. I want to do bigger things. So like I said, big things coming. And I'm not going to say anything, but maybe international super matches at mine as well. I know.
Yeah.
Magda did that. So
yeah, leak a couple. Well, what are you trying for? Who are you trying to get?
Well, I mean, just go with the name, Armtoberfest. I know Devin just spent some time in Munich.
Yeah, you can try to get him out there, yeah?
No. Who did he hook up with in Germany?
Who did he hook up with?
Big Jack.
Oh, that dude, yeah.
German guy. I'd like to get him up here for our Oktoberfest. And then take everybody out Oktoberfesting after the tournament.
That'd be pretty cool.
So find someone he'd like to pull up here.
Yeah.
And my mom's German, so I'll
take
get my mom to message the guy.
I'm a 210 guy now, right? So I can take him.
Yeah. About as big as his leg.
Yeah.
The guy's jacked, man.
Yeah, he's huge.
Yeah,
he's really
like
big.
A super nice guy too. It's like everybody in the sports. Like it's like 99%, 92% of the people in the sport are great fucking people.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
There's always going to be one or two people that don't get along.
Yeah.
But I mean, man, I've never seen issues. I shouldn't say I've never seen issues. I've seen one or two guys get really worked up for losing, and it's usually a new guy. Right?
Yeah.
They don't know how the sport's done, and then someone's got to calm them down and they leave the bar. But like I've never seen fucking fisticuffs at a tournament. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I've just never seen it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if
I've seen people like swear and like fuck you and this and that, but I mean, very rare do you see them start throwing blows over the table.
Yeah.
We keep going off topic.
Yeah, I know, it's terrible. We're the worst.
That's the best part about the show.
Yeah.
We should call it off the topic.
Off of it, yeah.
Okay. So Eric's event, awesome awards, tons of awards, tons of prizes, lots of of grip training prizes, because he also does the King Kong grip strength stuff.
Yeah.
Eric Rusain. It's one name I've known since I started the sport. He used to be on the board. He's not on the board, but he's still very, if I have a question or anybody on the board is, he's still very knowledgeable and approachable.
So he's still very involved then.
He's still very involved in the arm wrestling world. I mean, just look at his event yesterday.
It was huge.
I mean,
it's huge.
Huge turnout from Quebec. Oh, by the way, the Quebec youth, fucking scary.
Yeah, the water's different over there.
Dude, scary,
the water's different over there.
Dude, I'd be running. Those kids are good. They came out, like huge teams came out from Quebec. All super nice people. All of them, man. Like a lot of guys I haven't seen like 4 or 5 years. And fucking Pascal's like, hey, this was you and me in the first tournament like 8 years ago. I'm like, don't show me that. Like, fuck, man. Like, bonk.
Yeah. Well, all the Gym Max guys too, they're all super great dudes too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. No, I mean, you could show up to a tournament as a spectator and be like, man, that guy's scary. Look how angry he is. And like, no, man, like guys are just getting amped up. And okay, maybe don't approach somebody in the middle of their class. Yeah, they may seem like an asshole.
Yeah.
Okay.
People are focused, right?
They're focused. All right. Maybe approach them after they've won and they're a little bit more happy, like at the end of towards the end of a tournament, right? Or earlier in the day when they're not getting amped up, right?
So not get it. Don't approach people when they're getting amped up. Don't approach people when they're having their match, and don't approach people when they're getting their weight cut. Those
pretty much it.
Those are the 3 times. Yeah.
Yeah.
So leave people alone. Those 3 times.
Yeah. So and seeing as how I'm always in tournament mode, don't ever talk to me because I'm doing one of those 3 things. No, but it's true. Like
the most unapproachable guy in arm wrestling.
I was gonna be like, I'm doing pictures all day tomorrow and autographs. Come see me. I'll be live in Ottawa for the Ottawa Open.
Yeah, but the classes were really big. Like overall, I'd say.
Okay, so the great kids classes, good turnout, filled, and then we jumped to novice and grandmasters.
Yeah.
So how many novice you said?
Well, in the 165 and the 210, just those 2 divisions had almost 50 each, I think, right?
The one had 50.
The one had 50 and the other one had just less than 50,
36.
I guess. Yeah.
And then there was 3 classes because then there was still there was the heavyweights.
Yeah, but I think that had less than 10 guys in it.
Less than 10 guys.
Yeah.
So that was same left and right. So there was like, that's almost like 180 competitors.
Yeah. Yeah.
In a novice class. So it was 3 hours to do the right and we had to take a break.
Yeah. Well, and the youth class before that had how many, you think?
Oh yeah. We forgot the youth.
Yeah, the youth was first.
Kids.
Yeah.
So kids, we skipped the youth. So we did the kids class, then we did the youth class.
So how
and
many
youth
were in the
was
kids,
good.
do you think? The youth?
The youth, maybe 30.
Still, that's really big.
Yeah. And I'd say, like I said, maybe not 30, maybe 20.
Yeah.
And I'd say even 6 to 7 of them stayed to compete in novice and pro.
Right. Yeah, you were saying those guys went all the way through. Yeah.
But I think they were all, and it's good to see that though, like them come out. It was almost like watching a hockey team, right?
Yeah.
Like you see 5 or 6 guys all come out together, they're all cheering each other on. They're all pumped up and this and that. I mean, that's what the sport's about. And there must fuck man, I can't believe how many teams from Quebec were there.
There's a lot, yeah. Well, there's guys I think there's a few guys that even came down from like Alberta and stuff to.
Oh yeah, so
compete,
we had guys from New Brunswick.
Yeah.
Yeah. A couple Polish from out east.
That's right. And Uncle John came down. He's what, Nova Scotia? Or is he New Brunswick?
He's not Canadian, is he?
Uncle John?
Yeah.
Well, he's living out there.
Nobody knows where he's from.
Yeah. Well, he's out east somewhere, right? He's out there somewhere.
Maine. I thought he was from Maine.
Is he from Maine? Is he actually? Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. No, I think he's Nova Scotia. I think.
That's it? Yeah.
It could be.
Okay.
Maybe I'm
no,
wrong,
and then you said Alberta.
Yeah.
You hit Alberta.
Yeah. I know like Curtis, he came down from Alberta. I think there was someone else too.
Yeah.
So there's at least 1 or 2 people from like out there that came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you're saying, like all of Quebec was there.
All of Quebec.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like everybody. The whole province showed up. Fucking.
Yeah.
And then all the Eastern Ontario clubs were big Picton showing.
Right. Yeah.
Cornwall, we got a nice team. You see their logo.
Yeah.
Big Jack Rooster.
The Rooster.
The cock.
Yeah. Bunch of cocks walking
bunch
around.
Of cocks
yeah.
walking around. Cornwall Arm Wrestling Club. Bunch of cocks.
It was funny. We were saying they 1 or 2 of them stood in front of us while we are trying to watch the matches.
Yeah.
Like, that was a cock block. No
doubt.
Yeah, because that's all you could see is that they go. Yeah, it was good.
Fucking right. Well, high hookers.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot of Pembroke.
Trying to think.
Like Evan.
The Razor. Razor was there.
Razor.
Razor.
When he signed up in Wasaga Beach, it said A Razor.
Did he say? Yeah.
A Razor. I was just gonna call him Gillette all day.
Yeah.
Or Bix.
Reagan's awesome. He's a good dude.
Oh yeah, he's wearing his Pit Vipers, his custom or his trademark Pit Vipers.
Yeah.
Yo, somebody throw me a can of beer. My 6 are empty. Yeah.
I'm gonna have him on the podcast soon. I'm gonna get his ass over here. Okay. Yeah, he's a good dude.
All right, I'll be here for that one too. I'm just gonna start being here for all of them. I'm gonna quit my job and just live in your basement.
Yeah, go for it. Lots of space.
Is
Yeah.
there? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we can put a bed like on top of the table here.
No,
maybe.
under the table.
Under, yeah.
Yeah.
Or the next room beside. It's constantly
I'm
under
just gonna
construction.
stay at the hotel I'm at because that bed is probably the most fucking comfortable bed I've ever slept
Yeah?
on. Mine is like sleeping on rocks compared to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need new bed mattresses.
My
actually.
shoulders actually feel pretty decent today. I think that problem is my bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a different story.
I'm a little tight. Today.
Yeah. Well, we'll get up there. We'll get up there soon. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll do it. Yeah. But I think overall, I think it was a great event. I think, I don't think it really, and the only thing, I think it went a little long, right? But you can't really prevent that. When you have that many people, it's going to go on. Like Yeah.
And it is when you run that many classes, that's the problem too, right? When you're running how many kids classes, all those kids classes, all those youth classes, right and left arm.
Yeah.
Then you get into novice and grandmasters, and then you have men's and women's, and then you have the pro classes, men's and women's. And I mean, even the pro classes, they were on average, 18 entries per class, right and left. And there were 5 classes, 6 classes, 5 classes.
Okay. See, if I could make any changes to it, I would say introduce a couple more weight divisions of the novice. That would be my only complaint.
Your suggestion to the long ass tournament is to make it longer.
No, that'd make it longer. But
You
because
said make more weight classes. That would make it longer.
but there was almost 50 in the
No,
210 and
the only way to
165.
make it quicker is to have, he would have had to have had kids and novice off in a separate area
at the same time.
at the same time as
Yeah.
you're running youth.
Yeah.
But that's the only way it would work.
But I'm saying this is not a suggestion to make it shorter. This is a suggestion for guys like me who are like in the middle of all the weight classes
Yeah.
that don't try to be a dummy and make a weight class that they shouldn't be trying to make.
Yeah.
So if there was like a 185 novice or something, right? Because it was like 165 and then 210. I feel like that gap is really big, right? So if there was something in between there, I feel like that would, for myself, selfish to accommodate myself.
No,
yeah.
I mean, it's true. And I mean, that's something I've been running the same weight classes at Armtoberfest, I think the first 5 years now, and I'm going to change them this year.
Okay. You know what? Actually, that's my biggest complaint about arm wrestling so far. Is the weight classes for every tournament and event that I've seen have always been different.
Yep. What's wrong with that?
It'd be nice to have a bit more consistency to know what weight you should be.
Okay, so you look up the event you want to go to and you find out your classes and then you act accordingly.
Yeah, no, true.
If every tournament has the same weight classes, you're pulling the same people every time. That's the shitty part.
You know what? That's true.
That's why I like different weight classes because it gives you variety.
Yeah.
Now the thing is, so if you're going to run a tournament and you want it to be OAA sanctioned, which I encourage you do, it's only $50. It's super cheap, and it actually helps all your competitors with their scorekeeping. I'm still flashing the camera for your scorekeeping for you can do it. We do a point system in Ontario. You only collect points if you compete in OAA sanctioned events.
Okay.
So like Eric's event was a sanctioned event. So anybody who competed, they'll, I think top 5 get points based on.
So not me then, essentially. Yeah.
No, you get points for trying. You get brownie points.
Yeah, what is it? The participation ribbon?
I got some medals in the car for you.
Oh, thanks,
you left
man.
them after you left yesterday. I said I'd see you today, so I brought them for you.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah. So they do that. So I mean, so yeah, if you're gonna run an event in Ontario, you want a hand with it, shoot me a message. Man, you want me to run it for you? I'll fucking run it for you. You want us to do make a whole video package? We'll do that for you too.
Yeah, it's amazing.
But sanction it. It's a $50 fee. It's super, you transfer it. It's super easy. And then you basically, for the most part, you still have to follow the OAA or CAF or CA, whatever rules. CAWF. There we go. Right. But you can still change a few rules, and you're free to pick your weight classes to a certain extent. But if you were to host provincials, they have to be the same weight class. Then you have to stick to the rules. Yeah. Right. So for the most part, it was pretty free like that, but just pay the fee, $50, and get your refs and get the point system.
Yeah.
Then when you're doing your advertising too, you can use the OAA logo. Right. So, yeah. But now, and then you get to advertise on the OAA page, which everybody does. So even if you're running a tournament and it's not OAA sanctioned, you can still put your poster up on, because we're still about promoting arm wrestling. We're still about promoting the sport, right? We want to get as many people involved in it as possible. And that's the thing right now is, like, for me, I didn't know how to get into it. But that was 8 years ago, where technology and social media has evolved so much that it's so much easier. And it's weird. Like, I get a lot of people message me and they go, I saw your name. When are you guys practicing? I'm like, go talk to this guy, talk to this guy. And then now that I've been going out to more practices, I feel like a dick when I don't talk to the person in person, right? And it's like, man, it doesn't always compute for me that way. I've got so many fucking things going on in my mind sometimes. And some people are like, oh, you're so approachable. And some people are like, you're such a dick. And I'm like, man, like, you caught me at the wrong time, bro. And if you're ever trying to talk to someone about running a tournament while they're running a fucking tournament, I'm sorry if I was a dick. It's the same
tough.
thing.
You're,
it's like
you're multitasking all the
it
time,
is, and
right?
especially so like Eric and I, we run tournaments the same, like to do everything ourselves. Yeah, like for the most part, it's just so much easier. You just have a hard time trusting people. Right? You want something done right. So I mean, you're doing 6 million things at once, especially when you're trying to start your brackets. Yeah, and that's something I did different this year too. I did a computer bracket, a different program than what Eric used. Eric used a computer bracket program. I thought it went pretty well.
Mhm.
I mean, that could also have been the other way to speed it up too, is you could have just, I know Rebecca and Joe were there. She could have done some on paper. Someone suggested that after. I was like, oh, that's not a bad idea, but it is what it is. It was still a great event.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it's like a fucking great event.
It was really good.
It's probably the biggest one in Canada, but like besides nationals or provincials, like,
Yeah.
oh, dude, it was huge.
Yeah.
It's huge.
I've never seen a provincials or national. Never been there yet.
You never been?
No.
Oh yeah, I got a couple thirds from provincials.
Yeah? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, third place. Not bad.
Yeah, I know.
It's okay. It's okay.
How'd you do?
Yeah. No, I haven't won anything yet. No.
I didn't compete in provincials this year. I will this year. I could actually compete in masters this year. I've been able to since COVID.
Oh, there you go.
But I have not.
But no, I haven't won anything yet. I'm stuck. I'm terrible.
Yeah.
I think I'm starting to kind of get it now. But yeah, I still suck.
The best advice, and I never wanted to hear it, the best advice I ever got was from Crazy George at like my third practice. Because on my first few practices, I drove down to London.
Yeah.
They have a good showing on there. With Crazy George, and he was like, man, it's going to take you 6 years to get good. He's don't ever expect to win. He's like, there's a small percentage of people that come into the sport that are good right away and stay in it. But for the most part, like, George was the first guy to tell you he sucked when he first started. Yeah. And now, no, like, good luck beating him now.
Yeah.
I mean, like, fuck, but he's 100 years old.
Yeah. Well, people are still saying he's one of the best guys at, like, 160 or 170, whatever he's on.
Absolutely.
He's up there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Endurance.
Like I've seen him go against Curtis, and Curtis couldn't hit him. It's insane.
Yeah.
It's crazy to watch, actually.
It is crazy. Dude, him and Matt Smith had a 13-minute match.
I saw that.
13 minutes.
I saw that.
Dude.
Yeah, it was on YouTube.
Yeah, insane, bro.
Yeah. Doesn't it make sense? Doesn't it make sense?
I was there. I'm the guy always hiding in the background.
Yeah.
I'm like, I was there.
Yeah. Well, and that's the really cool thing about arm wrestling is if you do it right, the longevity, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not one of these sports where, once you hit your 30s or 40s that you can't compete anymore.
They say like your prime age for arm wrestling is like your 40s.
Well, looks like it, right? Looks like it.
I mean, you get a lot of these younger guys, you're getting all, you're full of testosterone when you're younger, right? So you're getting all jacked and ripped and this and that. But it's the bones and the tendons at that when you get older, that's what you're. Yeah. Right. Like look at all the older, look at Todd Hutchings. Like, fuck, he's only in his 50s, but dude, like put him down. Good luck. Yeah. Any older guy, any older of these fucking old school fucking arm wrestlers, man. Like
I think modern science helps a lot too, though.
Okay. Well, we're not going down that fucking rabbit hole, bud. We're not. But
I think in all sports, right? Like if you look at, and I'm not just talking about like steroids and drugs. If you just look at modern training methods, right, compared to like the 80s, athletes are able to, in all sports, not just arm wrestling, but athletes are able to go longer in their career regardless.
No. How old's Devin? Devin's in his early 40s.
47?
Is he?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah. Now you go get a 47-year-old former hockey star and put him back on the ice and see what happens.
Yeah, no, hockey, no. Hockey, no.
Right?
Yeah.
It's too fast. There
are a couple guys in hockey that I think are touching their 40s that are still NHL. I think there are a few.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which again, 20, 30 years ago, unheard of. But now I feel like, people are starting to.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just one of those sports that you can be fucking Hugh Brody was out yesterday.
Yeah.
Fucking man, like it doesn't matter how old you are, you can arm wrestle.
Yeah.
Right. So
that's what I was saying.
That's where I'm going with this conversation.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. That's what I'm saying. It is cool because it's got more longevity than some other sports, right?
Yeah,
like
for sure.
If you look at fighting is the worst one, right? Because there's not a lot of guys like usually fighting, like whether it be boxing or MMA, there's a little bit more longevity, but like it's like late 30s, like you're pretty much it. That's it. Yeah. Like there's very few guys get into their 40s and do remotely well. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Whereas like, with arm wrestling, you see guys like Devin and you're saying like Hutchings. How old's Hutchings? He's 50 something.
I want to say early 50s.
Yeah. Like, and he's
early to mid 50s.
He's world class, right? Like I don't know, man. I would say anybody who's even close to Hutchings, it's like, you're pretty much top 5 in the world.
John Brzezink's
right.
He's getting up there, and right? Like, I mean,
How old is Brzezinski? I think he's
well, look
52, right?
Look
50?
And like Mike Gould, like all those guys,
Yeah.
all those 80s super fucking stars,
Yeah.
80s, early 90s, like those guys are, but they're still they're still
Yeah.
active, right? Like that's good.
Yeah. It's
It doesn't take a toll on your body in ways that other sports do, more or
100%,
less. I mean, the odds of you getting a concussion in arm wrestling are slim to none.
Yeah, unless you're at a brawl after the fact, right?
Yeah,
That's
right, exactly. Yeah, right, or you come up and get smoked with a fucking baseball bat over the head while you're pulling someone. But
no, because realistically, the only injuries you're going to get is
shoulder,
your wrist, shoulder, and maybe your elbow. Or
I've had a
something
back
like that,
injury.
Yeah,
I was way out of position and I got smashed. I had my foot up on the peg and I came back and got crumpled and I fucked my back up for a few weeks there. So you got to be careful with shit like that.
Ouch.
I pulled calf muscles.
Oh, yeah, from posting off the table, I guess.
Wrapping around it and just like tensing so much in my legs. I've pulled calf muscle before. For me, like after a tournament, that's my whole chest. Like it's hard to breathe some days. Like I pull all my muscles. Even from where you're pressing off on your waist.
I hurt my hips. I hurt my hips all the time.
Bruised there. Yeah. It depends how hard you pull, right? It depends what you're doing. I mean, so yeah, full body sport. It's a good workout. Yeah. But yeah, the longevity of it's great. I think the social aspect again helps too, right?
It's good, honestly, man. It's a bunch of good dudes, for the most part.
Not all dudes. We got
there's a couple of
ladies,
women too.
right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
but
ladies.
like good people, right? Like
good atmosphere, and a lot of it turns into and I like Sunday practices because they always turn into barbecues.
That's a good idea,
right? Sunday barbecue practices; those are always good. Yeah,
and we should do that because I know we've been talking about the Ottawa High Hookers to do Saturday or Sunday.
Do a potluck. There's so many of you. Do a potluck. Everybody bring a different dish.
It's a great idea.
We used to do that. Yeah. Potluck arm wrestling barbecue training.
Yeah, we've done it a couple times for guys' birthdays and stuff. Then we got the barbecue out and people make some burgers.
I'm gonna take the XL.
And the XL, yeah.
Yeah, this will be. I thought you wanted me to wear it on your show.
No.
Be like, it looked like a fucking training bra.
No, I just had a bunch of shirts made up a little while ago, so I was like, you know what? I'll hand them off to some people.
Well, I'm wearing vintage arm melter, bud.
Arm melter.
No longer around. It's arm. What is it? What does Joe have now?
No, there's still arm melter. They had one in was it Brockville? Whatever.
No,
this year.
That was arm fight club.
No, it was arm melter.
No, I was there.
Pretty sure.
No,
there was an arm melter.
I thought it was Fight Club. Arm Fight Club.
Was it? It was Joe Gould's event, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was arm melter.
Is it? Okay, then edit all this out.
I'm pretty sure.
Are you coming to the pool? Yes.
You want to call it?
Yeah, we'll call it.
Well, thanks for coming out, buddy.
We'll
Much
call it. I
appreciated.
know we didn't really. Yeah, there was so much more to talk about it. We touched on it enough here and there.
Yeah.
We'll go up and pull real quick if you want. If you want
some
fucking after footage.
Yeah, there we go. I'll do
it. And then so.
Well, do you want people to reach out to you? Social media.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I mean, like you said, don't be so shy and hide all the time. It's weird. I have a hard time with that shit. I don't know why. I've just always been like a personal. Like I want to be out there and help everybody, but at the same time, I just love my privacy at the end of the day, right?
Well, you know what? I'll link your Instagram.
You can, yeah. So I mean, I do a lot of photography and stuff, and I do a lot of work photography too. I work in concrete. I got a lot of nice
and video and
commentating, but announcing. So Jake BeefCake. And then working on the fully loaded arm wrestler. That's on Instagram as well. So we're going to be doing a bunch of apparel and all that jazz. I got some really fucking nice hoodies coming.
Right on.
Yeah, man. I got a sick logo. So we're going to do that. I'm sorry. Are we playing footsies there, bud?
I think you're trying to. It's okay. It's all good, man. Whatever. We'll get comfortable here, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want your event videotape, let us know or something. If you want to, we should just start doing after commentary on people's events. There's just fucking
why not?
Stupid commentary of people's videos. But yeah, so fully loaded arm wrestler. You can check that out. I try to do with that one. I try to just post as much arm wrestling shit as possible, just for anybody anywhere. Just to you know.
That's a YouTube channel too, I think, right?
I had it. Fuck, I haven't been on my YouTube channel in forever. I had one.
Well, I'll put all your stuff in the description.
I should. I think it was. I should just put it back to Jake BeefCake or whatever. But yeah, I need to figure it out and put everything into one.
Yeah.
So it all posts as one. Because even Facebook, there's a fully loaded arm wrestler, but I'm not very tech savvy, but yeah, I need to do something where it's all in one, where it all gets posted at the same time to all formats together. But
Yeah, it's annoying. I have to post my stuff manually through a bunch of places.
the store is the one I'm working on right now. The fully loaded arm wrestler. I want to get a bunch of arm wrestling gear out there. We'll do custom.
Do Shopify.
No, they got to pay a fucking fee.
Yeah.
Why don't I see 99 cents for a GoDaddy webpage and not have, and I can just do all the mailing myself.
I'll show you something. We shut down. I'll show you something.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's get up to this table and pull. I'm
I'm
getting
ready.
in shit for being too
Nice
long.
having you, man.
Thanks.
Stay powerful.
Appreciate it. Awesome show. Great idea. So
I apologize to your wife and kids for keeping you so long.
I have a wife and kids, bud.
Or whoever's waiting for you.
Somebody
Whoever's
else's
waiting for
wife
you.
and kids are waiting for me.
I'm glad we videotaped after we've been pulling for 45 minutes.
Yeah. Thanks, buddy. Hey, thanks, man.
Powerful.